everyone. Hey, Megan.
Hi, Tammy. How are you doing today?
I am good. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And hello, everyone.
Plug my
Thank you for
computer
being here
in.
and happy
Yeah.
Easter.
Happy Easter. Let's go to the
Mm,
top. It's changed a little bit on me.
what's that?
Chat looks different than it did last night.
Changed again, huh?
Yes. It's kind of in big blocks now with a gray background. That's kind of different. Okay. Because I didn't change it. So, all right.
Yeah.
Hello, Running Gray Wolf. Hello, hello.
Hi, Wolfie. How are
How are
you?
you?
And happy
Yeah,
Easter.
Miss Eve. Sweet
Hi.
Eve is here. Let's go down. Let's see. Appalachia Skies. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Miss Appalachia Skies does some investigating, paranormal investigating. She's done
Yes.
some trips too that she probably has seen some haunted hospitals.
Yes, I remember you telling me about that.
Even in her as a because you worked also in a hospital, didn't you, Appalachia Skies? I think you did. You worked through with the helicopters that land on the. I
Yes.
can't even think
The helipads.
the yeah meta flights, medi
Metaplex, yeah.
flights. Yeah,
The helipads, yeah.
I think you worked with those, so you probably have seen some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, because those
Yeah,
are the ones you call out when it's the worst.
medivac. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. That's
And
what
you worked in a hospital too, so you both have probably seen it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Miss Eve. We have investigated Old South Pittsburgh Hospital in Tennessee, Waverly Hills, and Trans Allegheny. Nice. But
Mhm.
always learning for sure. It was truly incredible learning about the history. I bet I would love to go there, especially Waverly Hills. That would be,
Yeah.
yeah. And
That would be a
Trans
good one to
Allegheny
see
too.
in person.
Yeah. Yeah. Was it now I know there's some you can spend the night in, like the
Yeah.
tour is at night and you can spend the night in. I can't remember if any of those are that. Um,
Yeah. I don't know if you would be with I don't think Waverly possibly you'd be able to
yeah.
do that, but maybe, some of the other ones we had talked about probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I typically don't go heavy tourist places, but the money we spent did go to the historic societies of each place. Always, yes, yeah, yeah. That's good because it helps preserve what's left of it. You know, I like.
Right.
It's hard, like when you start preserving those places and trying to at least save them. Man, that is money, and it's
Yeah.
you got to do it especially if it's on the historical list. Because
Right.
we were going to buy a house that was listed on the historical society. It was old. It was 1800s, and everything we did, we had to okay the paint. We
Yeah.
had to okay the floors being fixed. We had to
Yeah.
anything that was done. We had the historical society had to okay it. Anything.
Yeah. That's how it is around here because everything's so old. So,
Hmm.
like, stuff before, like, the 1900 storm, things like that, you have to ask for everything to be done. Like, even if
Yep.
it's, like, dangerous, you still can't mess with it
Nope,
unless
you
you
can't.
ask for yeah, unless
Yep.
you ask. So,
Yep.
hi, Ronnie, and hi, Cher,
I
and,
haven't got that far yet, but
Tara.
I'm trying to make it that
Yeah,
way.
you're almost there. You're
It's
almost
hard.
there. I just thought I almost feel like switching computers because this one's starting to glitch on me, and I know the other one doesn't. I should have
Y
just used it to begin with, but
Oh, you can switch out if you need to.
yeah, because they will
And
only,
come
like,
back.
take 2 seconds, but I'm just annoyed with
Yeah,
it.
you can if you
'Cause it's
want
kinda
to.
messing with the chat almost too, so I should have
Aw.
switched out on it, but
Yeah, I like my little banner I just did that I just learned how to do like 2
yeah,
minutes ago.
I love it. It's a great banner.
Megan helped me do it. She's like, "Go here, here, and then learn." I just learned that like 2 minutes ago.
I'll
Yay
just
for
grab it at the
me.
computer. It's, like, right around the corner. I'll be right back.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Hello, my sister Cher. How are you? My Canadian sister. I love you, girl. I gotta go live with you, Cher. It's been a while, right? It's been a while. You've been busy working. You got them two beautiful girls. I know you and Mark's been busy. Busy, busy. Yes, yes. We are going to talk some haunted hospital. Well, actually, we're going to talk haunted morgue and hospital. I was telling Megan that sometimes it's hard to find just like haunted hospital ones, even though those are really cool because you have to kind
Oh,
of
I thought
word
you were
your
in
stuff
there.
differently. Because sometimes they'll add them into like haunted locations or they'll add them into videos that are about cemeteries and graveyards. So I'm going to also look into like haunted ERs and see if I can get more videos on them because I think because the haunted hospitals aren't talked about as much as everything else, there's not many of them, and so they group them
Yeah.
in with other stuff.
Yeah, that's I found
Yeah,
one, but I think it was like 9 different places put together, which
yeah,
wasn't
that,
bad, you know. But
yeah,
it's
yeah,
again, it's they're all huge channels when you look at them that way. So I don't know
yeah.
if that's okay as long as you credit. I guess it would be. I mean, I don't
I
know
guess
though.
only thing I'm gonna do is credit them for it because I don't know
Yeah,
anything else to do, and then if they strike me, then I guess
I
I'll
mean,
take it down.
I'd imagine they
You
have
know,
a.
I don't know what else to do because big channels like that. If you email them or something, the odds are you getting of
Yeah,
uh, an answer back are probably
slim.
pretty slim. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why when I used Spooky Appalachia and Jared King TV, I knew that I would be okay with them because I've corresponded with them before. So
Right.
I figured it would be okay with them to
Yeah.
do that. So
Okay, here I come. I'm coming right back in.
okay.
I'll be right back, you guys.
Happy Easter to everyone. How was everybody's Easter? Did y'all find the golden egg? You're running? Are you actually running? Here she comes back. There she is. Man, that was quick.
Yeah, it's quick. I just
Yeah,
like
that
go into the back door of the studio, the other side. So
that was
let's
quick.
see. Let me put
I
you.
did okay, you did critical care flight care for years before going. Okay. I knew you did something like that and I was trying to remember, but I was fumbling all over my words apparently. I prefer the aircraft versus the patient. Yes, because they don't talk back, do they? Aircraft doesn't talk back. It does not talk back, and it's not mean to you, and it don't spit on you. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah, yes. Appalachian is our engineer in the house.
Oh, okay.
All of
Smart.
those hospitals allow overnight investigations. Good.
Oh, do they? Very
That's
cool.
nice. That's nice. It would kind of be hard for them. I mean, it would kind of be like they would probably lose a lot because a lot of people want to. That's when people want to investigate is at night. And they
Yeah.
probably would lose a lot of
If they
that.
didn't do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if they didn't do it at night, I would think.
Yeah. That's like a lot of those houses have become like the murder, like older murder houses or
Yeah,
like that are controversial will become like Airbnbs or something like
right.
that
Yeah.
sometimes, depending on what it is. But,
Oh, yeah. Like
you
the
know,
Lizzie Borden house, not
the
that I
Lizzie
wanna go up
Borden.
north, but I would
Yeah.
stay in the Lizzie Borden house.
Yeah.
I would definitely go stay in Lizzie Borden. I stayed in, um, because I'm like I'd say 5 hours from Myrtle's plantation, and we've gone and stayed there before, and I loved it. I love Myrtle's
Yeah.
plantation. I would go again.
Yeah.
Um, and I
I don't know
stayed
too much
actually
about it.
yeah, you could stay in the plantation or you can go and stay in the grounds where the small cabins are. But I was like, if I'm going, I'm staying in the plantation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be in the middle of all of it. But Myrtle's plantation was a big sugar um cane plantation back in the day, and it was a very rich plantation owner, and he had a wife and two girls, and his maid liked to eavesdrop a lot, and she got her ear cut off for eavesdropping. So she wore, the bandana thing around her head all the time. Well, in order to want to get back in his graces, she said, "Well, if I make the children sick and his wife and heal them, nurse them back to health, he will love me again." And I won't get put out into the fields because after they got a certain age, they were put in the field in a
Yeah.
younger. maid or house lady was brought in.
Yeah.
So she didn't want that to happen to her. So she gave the kids oleander, which is from a tree or it's a
Yeah.
bush.
Like that movie White
And yeah,
Oleander.
you know what it is. And she
Mhm.
put it in a cake, but she only wanted because it was one of the kids' birthdays. She was only
Right.
wanting to do it just for them to get ill, and then she was going to nurse them back to health. But they died.
Yeah. It's poisonous,
So
poisonous.
yeah, and
Yeah.
they chased her for miles and miles, and then her family took her, and her family hung her so that the others wouldn't.
Hmm.
And
Interesting.
her name's Chloe.
Interesting.
And I did
Maybe
see
one to
her
look
there.
into.
Yeah, I did see her there. And when we were there, we stayed in one of the rooms in the plantation. And there was only two of us up there. There was us and a couple. And I probably told this story before, but I don't think I've told you. Um,
No.
it was like at the top of the stairs, there was like one, two, three bedrooms, and then there was a community bathroom because there was only like one bathroom upstairs. Well, there was one in the hall because like two of the rooms didn't have their personal bathroom, so they had to share the community bathroom. And then the room we stayed in had a bathroom because I wanted a room with the bathroom.
Yeah, I would too.
And and it had at one time it was an adjoining room. So there was a door there, but they had plastered over it and made it two separate rooms.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I'm gonna be up all night. Just you know, I was walking the grounds around by the slave quarters. I was walking all of that, and I was walking out by the water, and I was just all off in the cypress trees, and I was everywhere. And so my
That's
husband's like,
good.
"It's 2 o'clock. I'm going to bed." I'm like, "I'm not going to bed. I didn't come here to go to bed."
Yeah.
So I stayed up, and I was sitting there, and I heard like, and I was like, "That sounds like little feet running across the floor." So I looked at the time, it was like 2 something. And so then I heard like a tapping, like a metal kind of tapping, but it was like tink,
Yeah.
tink, tink. And it was coming from the room next door. And I'm like, there's nobody next door. There's only two of us up here. There's only us and another couple across the stairway. And so I put my ear up to the door because, I'm all trying to investigate. And I'm like, dang, I need a cup. You put the cup up to the door. I
Yeah.
need so I can hear
Yeah. The
this.
cup, yeah.
Yeah, and I kept hearing, and it was all night, and then I'd hear heavy footsteps and tink, tink, tink all night. And so I was like, okay, that's what I came for. So the next morning, after we had breakfast, you go down and you get breakfast, and then you come back, which is not, it's like what you would get in the 1800s. And
Right.
so then we came back upstairs to get our stuff, and we were going to go walk around the grounds again before we left. And I heard the little feet running again. And I'm like, okay, I know what I'm hearing. And I went, the maid that was there that was cleaning, I went outside and I told her I went over there and I'm like, is there anybody in this room? Because I was
Yeah.
hearing it. Is there anybody in this room? And she's like, no, ma'am, you and your husband were the only two besides the couple across the way there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, I heard tapping all night, like metal tapping all night. She's like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. She's like, did you hear walking and pacing, heavy foot? I'm like, yes, all night. And she's like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry you were kept awake. I'm like, no, that's what I came for. And
Yeah.
she's like, well, your room, in this room, there was a captain that stayed here during the Civil War, and he was making his musket balls. And he would be up
Oh,
at night late
doing
making
it.
those metal balls, and he would be
Yeah.
tink, 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 and he'd pace. And she's like, because he would write, I guess, letters and stuff, and he'd recite them before he mailed them and stuff, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. And so she's like, that's probably what you heard. And I'm like, okay, but I heard little footprints, like little feet.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, yeah. She's like, there used to be a door here, and there was
Right.
a nursery. And your room was the parents' room, and this was the nursery. And I said, yeah, I heard little feet and giggling like at
Yeah.
one, and my husband heard it too. And he was like, I'm like, I know you heard that. I know you heard that. And so that's what it was. At one time, it was a nursery, and they
Yeah.
had plastered over it to make 2
2
bedrooms,
bedrooms,
so they could.
yeah, rent it
But
out
yeah,
kinda thing. Yeah.
but yeah, it was really cool. I enjoyed
That's
staying there.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't I mean, I've gone to some of the haunted hotels around here,
yeah.
and then obviously just some of the property alone because of what
Mhm.
the storms and stuff here, but other than that,
Yeah,
I haven't been to too many, like, other places outside of here,
yeah, yeah, and I would go
travel-wise.
stay there again. I would go there again and stay. I would stay in a different room, but I would go stay
Yeah.
so I could see if the other rooms. So
Yeah.
I have a
That'd be
friend who
nice.
works with hospice, and she told me that she has seen dark shadows leaving the body when a patient leaves. She told me that she has
Seems
seen crazy.
creepy,
I
yeah.
bet.
Yeah, that
I
would
bet
be.
that's sad.
And all the time, really.
Yeah, they can get overstimulated. Oh, saturated. Ugh, overstimulated. Lord, by investigators and aren't there. Yeah, to be respectful at all. Yep, they
Right.
provoked, and that's no. Yeah, there's no reason for that.
Yeah.
Historical Society. Tim Mullen. Really? Tim Mullen is in the Summer Wells case.
Oh, okay, I was like, I don't know who that is off the top of
And
my head.
he is, I call him the Pied Piper, uh, because he plays a flute and he does a lot of
What
other.
does he do in it?
He is, in my opinion, he is a big part of Summer's disappearance.
Oh, okay.
A big part of
Yeah.
Summer's disappearance.
So is he like law enforcement there or something?
He has very high connections with the people there, and he knows a lot of people there, and he does a lot of things, and he's got his hands in a lot of things,
Okay.
and a lot of things that deal with uh trafficking, I feel like,
Mm.
and rugs
Yeah.
and
The
that kind
worst of
sort
the
of thing.
worst.
Yeah, he's totally, in my opinion, he's not what he appears to be.
Hmm. Gotcha.
Mhm. Mhm. Hi, Kylie. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, Kylie. How are you doing? Hope you've had a
The
great
Hales
Easter
Bar Dam was the
Sunday.
most frightening investigation I ever did. It's no longer open to the public, though. Okay, I've heard of the Hales Bar Dam, though.
Yeah, I don't
I've
think I've
heard
heard
of
of that
that.
one.
I've heard of that one. Yep.
Sounds interesting, but I don't think I've heard of it.
Mhm. Stop and pause and chat and credit. That's gotta pause that every little bit. Okay, okay. That's what I usually do, and
Yeah.
hopefully I don't get slammed. But that's what I was gonna. I was hoping that was gonna be enough, because we
Yeah.
we definitely can stop and chat. We don't have issues stopping and chatting.
Yeah. Yeah.
My Easter was good. How was yours, Kylie? Mine was good. Busy.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
had sunrise service, and then we had breakfast, and then we had lunch, and then
Lunch. Yeah.
the Easter thing. So it was busy, but
It
it
was
was good.
busy. Yeah.
Was yours busy,
How
Megan?
was yours? Yeah, we went to the movies, we did lunch, and that was
Yeah,
pretty much it. We went to go see the
yeah.
Mario movie that's out, and it's really
Oh,
cute. You should
I
go
heard
see it.
my grandkids were talking about the Mario
Yeah,
movie that
you
was
should go
coming
see it
out.
with them. It's really cute because they even
Oh,
have like certain scenes where they show like the original game, and they're
oh
showing,
yeah.
so they kind of link it up, so they sync it. So it's really neat how they kind of use both of it. So
Oh,
yeah,
old
you should
style and the new.
yeah, yeah, they use the old video game and they kind of incorporate it into the movie. So it was neat.
Has Mario changed from the old time to now?
No, not really too
Not.
much.
Yeah, that's
Mm-mm.
good.
No, they
They
keep
didn't
everything
change
pretty much
character.
the same. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, the kids loved it though. And Connor's always like super resistant to want to go. He never wants to go, but then once
Yeah,
he's there, like he's quiet and you can't get
yeah.
him to take his eyes off of it. So it's funny.
And it
Yeah.
was probably fast moving too, so that was the other
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it played like it kind of brought in a song where the Jack Black song where he sang Peaches. So there was again, they kept dropping little hints to other movies. So that catches Connor's attention and he's all
Yeah.
for it after that.
Oh,
So
neat. Good. How long was it? Like 2 hours?
I think about 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the
Mhm.
basic, I think, what movies are now is about 2
Yeah,
hours.
yeah,
Yeah.
about that. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not too long. They like the most that's the longest one we've been to in a bit. It's usually about an hour and 30 minutes, kind of most
Oh,
of the time,
okay.
it seems like. I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess it just depends on what it
Not
is.
every movie's like the Titanic, which is what, like 3 hours or something?
Yeah.
It's
I don't think you
something.
get I don't think you get 3-hour movies at all very much anymore.
Well, it's hard to keep people still that long,
That yeah,
especially kids.
that's why shorts do so much better now because
Yeah,
people don't really have the attention span past that. Like, and
yeah,
even at that, I noticed the 30-second ones do way better than like the minute ones. Like people
yeah.
don't even want to pay attention to a minute for some of
It
them.
kind of leaves you on a cliffhanger, like you wonder
Hmm.
what the next short's going to be. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But I try to link those to the longer like discussions and lives,
yeah,
so that's
yeah,
why I seem to try to use them.
yeah.
But
Sorry, I'm watching but eating and still have a lot of work. I'll be in chat here and there. Okay,
yeah, of
that
course.
works. That works, Tara.
Enjoy
What do
your
you eat?
food.
Only if you tell us what you're eating. I mean,
Yeah,
we gotta know
you
what
always
you're
have to
eating.
tell us first.
Yeah. We did an Easter egg hunt for the pups. Oh, did you? Did you record it, Nikki? for for Zora and her little bestie. They are so cute.
Yeah,
It's a little cocker spaniel, I think. And Zora is a mixed she's not a pit,
yeah.
but she's a mix. I think she's American Bulldog, maybe. Part maybe.
Hmm,
Maybe she
cute.
don't have Bulldog in her at all. I can't remember what Nikki told me.
Yeah.
Boring, spin it by myself. Oh, well, sometimes
Sorry.
boring is good, Eve. I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah,
sometimes I don't mind boring. I don't tell you, I don't mind it. I don't
simple.
mind.
It's not the worst.
Yeah, sometimes I don't mind it. Sometimes I don't.
Yes, and hi to everyone in both chats, and I hope y'all are doing great today.
You can either be in Megan's or you can be in mine. Either
Yeah,
one, whichever one you choose to be in is good because
right.
both of our channels are live, so you can be in either chat.
Mhm.
And I never know if you're in mine or Megan's because I
Yeah,
see the chat. I see. I think I see everybody because of the
yeah.
screen. So I was saying hi to Run It. Oh, sorry. I wasn't. I
Oh,
was like, yeah. I just
yeah.
worked 9 hours. I'm Harley Crow. Definitely. Oh, yeah. Because you work on your feet all day.
Yeah,
Yeah. 9 hours is a long time.
it is.
I wouldn't be running either. I'm just saying. Maybe
Yeah, I
walking
can't.
fast.
I don't even think I can anymore.
Yeah.
So between my
Yeah.
back and my feet, no, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's
But
so
I'll
important
walk.
to learn that. Right. I'll get there just as quick, or if I
Yeah,
or I won't. So that's how
yeah.
that is. I think it's so important to learn the history too. Yeah, the land holds the energy. Yes,
Right.
what it's
Yeah.
built on. Yep. That's why we were talking the other night. We got a little paranormal talk in on the Watts. We were talking how maybe that house should just be torn down.
Yeah.
Maybe the energy there is, and it's not just that
Yeah.
house.
The
It's like
land.
that
Yeah.
area, right, Megan? You said you felt like the whole area there
Yeah.
when you went there was just like
Not good.
smothered, or just the
Mhm.
energy wasn't good.
Dark feeling, heavy, kind of just like it just doesn't feel like there would be anything there. Like it
Yeah,
felt like
or
it almost
should
would
be.
or should be. Yeah, like it just feels like it should have been just kind of like left as blank land, like I don't
Yeah,
think it would have been desert, but almost comparable to that. You know what I mean? Like you
right.
just shouldn't be living there. There's no reason to. So I
Yeah,
don't know. It just and it felt that way around the whole neighborhood, not just the Watts house.
yeah.
So I don't
Like
know.
maybe it should have just been just a field and
Yeah,
nothing
you could've
else.
just left it as it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably not a place to build homes for sure. That's why it
yeah,
reminded me of, like, the story behind Poltergeist, kind of.
yeah.
Like, that's what it reminded me of,
And
being
it's
there.
not, and when they were tragically murmured,
Yeah.
the houses, there were no houses behind them,
No.
and now that's full back there.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
they've added even more.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live there. I just feel like the energy would be real bad. I feel like there
Yeah,
probably would be a lot of fighting and things like that. But again, it just feels like it's I mean, it could be situational too, but it feels more like land and possibly situational,
yeah,
a
yeah.
combination of both.
Well, the couple that bought it didn't last there long.
Right. Yeah, not very
So
long at all.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's when she was like, "Well, I don't like girls, but I wish I did."
yeah.
And I was like, "I don't think anybody asked you that way." You know what I mean? So, it was
Well,
just
he
funny the
did.
way she said it.
Well, I mean, that's all it automatically for me makes her a little guilty because she was on camera.
Yeah. I
Well,
just thought it was funny the way she said it. When that cop comes up and she's just like, "Well, I don't like girls, but I wish I did." And the cop's like, "Okay,
it's
that's
like,
fine,
all
whatever."
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I thought that was real funny.
People tend to give extra information when they don't mean to. That's when they start talking. Is when they start giving you clues about what's going on. Is they add
Right.
too much information. And you're like, oh, that's too much information.
Right.
Yeah. I was over in the wrong chat, but I found you. Oh,
Yeah.
hi, Wolf is Appalachia. Oh goodness, you didn't tell us what you had yet. We're waiting. What'd you fix for lunch? Supper. Yes. Fascinating when Megan went to the house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was just interesting to be there. I mean,
Yeah. I would.
knowing what's
Yeah.
happened and stuff, and
Yeah. I would be interested to be there. I
yeah.
mean, I think that would be, yeah,
Mhm. Maybe we'll go one day.
maybe we'll go one day.
We'll take y'all with us.
That's right. On a live.
Yeah, I
Tara.
think Tara did say it was like Native American ground
Yeah.
too. So,
Yeah. Like a residual haunting. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah, and that just adds to it. It just makes it
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
So, whatever was already there, it just made it worse.
Mm hmm. Mm hmm. Yep. He's creepy and weird. Yep. That sums it up.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. That's true. Yep. I thought the same with him. Totally. Yeah. Yes, Kylie. Huge part. Mm hmm. Mm hmm. Mm hmm. I know. I love haunted stories too.
Fun.
Both of y'all's days sound fun. Yep, busy and fun.
Yeah, I
The
didn't.
day went by pretty quick, I have to say. You have an American pit bull. I used to have an American pit bull. We loved him. His name was Zeus. He looked like he had lightning bolts going down down his front paws, his legs.
Right.
That's why we named him Zeus.
That's cute.
Uh, well, I can throw out the ham. I don't like ham, but potatoes and corn, and now having a Cadbury egg.
I love
Mm.
Cadbury
You
eggs. They're
got the
so good.
caramel one or the cream one? Which one did you get? We have to have all the nosy questions. Had to feed Daisy May and take her potty, so she made you run behind. Hello, everyone, and happy Easter. She's a
Happy
puppy,
Easter.
a big puppy. Love pitties too. I know they're so. My dozer died over a year ago, and I still miss him
Yeah.
very much. I tried recording them, but I was chasing the kiddos around, making sure they didn't drop any chocolate. Yeah, chocolate for the dogs. Yeah, they stole many eggs. Well, make sure that you don't sit downwind of them tonight
Yeah.
for sure, because you will be smelling it all night because they will give it to you hanging on by a thread. Yeah, that's what we think. I've heard that several creators. I've heard that the land was Native American there. Zora is
Yeah.
a lab American, but I thought okay, I was right about the American Bulldog. King Charles, yeah, Cocker Spaniel, King Charles Cocker Spaniel. The King Charles ones are a little more prissy, maybe, aren't they?
I don't know,
Than just a
really.
regular Cocker Spaniel, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really been
I
around too
think.
many.
My daughter had one when she was my oldest daughter had one when she was little.
Yeah, we've only had Malteses, and then Arlo is like a lab, and then
Yeah.
something else. I forget what she's mixed with, but I don't think it's Cocker Spaniel. I don't know. I'd have to ask Chris, but he doesn't feel good, so he's laying down.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
he doesn't feel good, so that's why he's not here.
American Bulldogs are great. I like their I mean, their temperament's good.
Yeah.
I wonder if subdivision was built over an old cemetery.
It might have been.
Mm, that would be terrible, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But not surprising. They do it a lot. Like a
All
whole
right,
lot.
I'm almost at the end here. Uh, let's see. Oh, what'd you have? Lamb roast, roast potatoes, Yorkshire pudding, mint sauce, peas, and loads of gravy. My goodness, you had a fancy menu. You had a fancy.
Yeah, the mining town because people would have got sick and stuff from doing it, I'd imagine. So that probably lingers around there. That energy
Yeah,
from everybody getting sick from it.
yeah, especially mining towns. I mean, they
Yeah.
were. I mean, if you ever look at any of the stories of miners, that was a terrible job.
Yeah. Like the coal miner's daughter. That's what makes me think of the coal miner's
Yeah.
daughter. Even though that's not what that's about, but that's what it makes me
Right.
think
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all it makes me think of, though.
Yeah. If I have to even look at another chocolate egg. Well, they Easter stuff's only been out since Christmas stuff went up.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like they put Easter stuff up right after Christmas. I mean, even before Halloween. I mean, Valentine's Day stuff was up.
Yeah. I know
Honey
one
baked
year I
ham.
went somewhere to go buy, like I was late, like buying everything for that holiday, which it was whatever it was for, like Valentine's Day or around that time. But I went and they had everything out still, and it was so much of it. And I was just got excited because I saw all this stuff out still, right? So I didn't even
Yeah.
think about like, oh, what holiday is it? Like I was just like, oh shit, there's all this stuff. So I'm just gonna grab it, right? And so I'm checking out, and the lady's like, oh, well, you're getting ready early. And I'm thinking in my head, like, no, like, like this is what y'all had left. I didn't even like I got the holidays all mixed up because I just got so excited that there was so much stuff there still. But it was the wrong
Yeah.
holiday. I got it backwards.
Well, they're throwing them all in there. I
Yeah.
mean, there was like, I mean, Christmas was over with, but there
Yeah.
was still stuff out there. And then they threw the Valentine's stuff up. And then quick right after Valentine's Eve, I was like,
Yeah.
man, if you don't get your stuff now, you're not going to have anything for Valentine's Day
Yeah.
because it's going to be gone.
Yeah. It worked out well in the end, because they still
Yeah.
had all the other stuff. So I was like, I just went back and bought the other stuff, but I was like, well, at least I have, the next holiday stuff everywhere. But I just
That's
got so
right.
excited that everything was sitting right there still. I didn't even think about like what holiday is it.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Jeez. Had
Crazy.
delicious spiral, honey baked ham, scalloped potatoes, fresh zucchini. My goodness, Brother B did
A
himself,
lot.
didn't he?
Yeah.
Fresh sliced cucumbers, black olives, coleslaw, and carrot cake.
I love
My
carrot cake.
goodness, I'm just going to hop on a plane and fly to Vegas. How about that?
Sounds good.
Zora stole the hot sauce and ate it. Oh my gosh. Shit. Oh, boiled eggs and hot sauce. Don't sit down window Zora tonight because she'll crop dust you like the best one.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Oh my goodness. King Charles they're all big. Yeah, they are. They have the silkiest hair out of the Cocker Spaniels, though, I think. Maybe that's what I was thinking. I could have live on ham and bacon. No, I don't. I don't eat pork. Yeah, I don't eat pork. I can never go underground and be a coal. Oh, I couldn't either. I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I made crumble lamb cutlets. I used the new bagel seasoning and breadcrumbs. Ah, highly recommended. Okay.
Yeah, Chris
Mhm.
likes lamb.
Does he?
Mhm.
I don't eat that either.
Yeah, he likes there's a place over here, it's like, he gets lamb soup from it, an Indian place that we get it from,
Okay.
but I get the
Yeah.
hot and sour soup and he gets the lamb.
What's in the hot and sour? Pork?
No, you can get it with chicken and egg, or you can get it with just vegetables, so it just depends on if I want meat or not. If I want the
Yeah.
meat, I'll get the egg and, chicken, but if not, I get just the vegetable,
Yeah.
so I kinda
Yeah.
get that a lot more lately, just the
Yeah.
vegetable,
Yeah. I
but
don't have to have meat, but not really.
yeah. 'Cause they have other
So
meat dishes I like too,
yeah.
so
We got 7-pound boneless leg of lamb for $48 at Costco, and it
that's
fed
good.
18 people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
She can make it stretch. I tell you, she's got a big family. You learn how to do that, don't you?
Yeah, my mom had a big family.
Yeah.
I think it was like 6 kids or something like that.
Oh my god, that sounds delish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're always talking about recipes at some point in time on our lives.
Yeah. Connor wanted cornflake chicken, so he had that for dinner. He
Oh,
crushed
all
up his
right.
whole he crushed up the whole all of his, like, cornflakes, like, the
Yeah.
regular kind, and made, cornflake chicken. So
Nice.
that's what he had, because he doesn't like ham.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
doesn't like much meat. Chicken's the only meat that he really likes,
Yeah.
and bacon.
We've had rainstorms all night and all day, so I made chili. Hey.
Yeah, that's good too. I love chili.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Wolf created a feat. He did. Everything was so delicious. It's been crazy busy week with getting Daisy May and doing his and yeah. Oh yeah, taxes. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 states to file. Yeah, because she moved in the middle.
Mm,
Yeah, everyone had. Yeah, it's it's some food going on over here.
right.
All right, I'm going to add this to the stage. So this is the scariest things captured in morgues and hospitals. So
And
we
this
will
is the
see.
Darkest Secrets channel.
Yeah, this is the. Let me get over here so I can see it better.
Okay.
It's the Darkest Secret
Okay.
channel. They have like 428,000 subscribers.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And
They're
so
doing
it's
good.
yeah, they're doing good. This one's only 15 minutes
Okay.
because, like I said before, they're harder to. Just about hospitals are harder to find, you know.
Right.
So after we look at this one, I'm gonna have to do some more research on the hospital ones so that we can watch more videos on here. But I have another video on behind it that we can watch, and it is graveyards and cemeteries.
Okay.
So we will watch that. That I also put that in my description too, that we might look at those. So and we can talk about other stuff too.
Okay.
Um, also, so but this one's like 15 minutes long. I have not watched it, so um, I may be jumping through the screen like y'all are. We'll see what happens.
All right.
So, let me know, Megan, if I need to pop back over, and let
Okay.
me know if it's loud enough. I'm going to go over here and
Okay.
see. Um, let's see. All right, let's give it a try.
They were created to protect the health
Yeah.
and
Y'all hear
lives of
it? Could
Yeah.
y'all hear it? Okay.
people. However, for some, hospitals only represent the previous step before death. In stories, it is said that feelings and emotions of the ones dying are compressed in these places, charging their walls with negative energies that generate all kinds of disturbing phenomena that have managed to be captured on camera, and of which in this video you will be a privileged witness. My name is Leonore Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret. Today we present the most terrifying things captured in morgues and hospitals. Much of the videos that you're about to see were sent by my audience. If you know or have videos of this style that you would like for me to see, do not hesitate to send it as a direct message to my official Facebook. And if you like my content, help me by sharing these videos with your friends. Let's not allow these recordings to be forgotten. Without further ado, let's get started. Number 5. The recording that welcomes us to this video was sent by Kevia Rodriguez, an attentive subscriber from Peru, commenting that she had exclusive access to the security cameras of a healthcare facility located in the city of Pacasmayo. This video was sent to me because there was no one inside this ambulance. However, a movement inside made the employees think the opposite.
Oh, see him moving right there. Right there.
It is assumed that there was no one inside. In fact, at first, you don't see anyone inside. Please note the abrupt closing of the door.
Yeah, you see
That,
them
my
moving right
friends,
there.
is not due
Yeah.
to pressure changes in the wind. The most disturbing thing is that if you look closely, you can see movement inside of the vehicle. Can you see it? Could this be the evidence that these places really do get filled with the spirits of the deceased? At least for me, this video has no logical explanation. Tell me what you think.
Well, it did look like somebody was in there, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, because what would be the purpose of doing that too? Like if you were just sitting in there, just opening and closing it, you know? So
Yeah,
that's
and he
interesting.
walked away, and
Yeah,
I
left
did.
it.
I paid attention when before he walked away. I was looking over here to see if there was like a person in there
Mm-hmm.
to kind of like, oh no, there's somebody in there and they're screwing around with the door, but there was
Yeah.
nobody in there.
Mm-mm.
So that was pretty cool. Yeah, and you could
Yeah.
see the spirit moving in back and forth. You could just see a little white moving
Yeah.
back and forth in the door. That was pretty neat.
Yeah. I would just think if it was a person, they would probably would have got out,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
or
yeah,
done more than that.
yeah. Done more than that. Thank you. It's
Yeah.
pink.
It's a great color.
Yeah. Let's see. What did y'all think about that? There's Megan's link.
Yes. Thank you.
Absolutely. You've seen a haunted ambulance before.
Yeah.
You no, you don't think about it, really. You think hospitals are
No.
haunted. You don't think about
You don't think
ambulances
about
being haunted.
ambulance, but how many people die in them?
Yeah,
Yeah, a
yeah,
lot.
yeah,
I think I've seen a few different ones where they've showed just ambulances and they'll be like in the parking garage areas and stuff and the same kind of thing, like doors are being opened and closed or lights in
yeah,
the back kind of
y-
thing are being messed with.
yeah.
So,
And you just don't think about it. You just think hospitals, right? You just
hmm
think,
yeah,
that's
you don't
just.
think of that.
But like you said, people pass away in ambulances. I mean,
Yeah, all the time.
yeah, and they pick them up from you know car wrecks
Right.
and a lot of stuff. So yeah. Hi, Dad.
Yeah, he's in my side. I don't know if you can see him or not. He came in right when we started it, so I didn't want to
I
stop it right
figured
away.
he did. I
Yeah.
figured he came in. Yeah. Okay, we'll go back. Where am I at? There it is.
Number 4. This video consists of 2 clips recorded at dawn in different hospitals. The first of them came to my email thanks to a subscriber who, for personal reasons, refused to reveal his identity. I can only affirm that he works in a hospital where he assures strange things usually happen. He continues on to say that what you're about to see was recorded by a security camera after 3 in the morning. At a time when, in the midst of a prevailing silence, an inexplicable phenomena suddenly broke the hospital's peace. Pay attention.
Good Lord. That ghost is just violent.
Despite the impression of this clip, the truth is that I do not have enough background to verify its veracity. Our subscriber affirms that phenomena like this have been seen by him repeatedly. However, this video seems too good to be true. Although it is the movement of the chair that leaves me the most shocked, since how could you stage something like that? Can it be done with strings? A fairly similar footage is one that was recorded overnight in a hospital in Chile. The nurses heard noises coming from an adjoining room, which alerted them. since they were already aware that no one was in that room. They saw it when reviewing the images from the security cameras. As they confess, it has been the most shocking thing they have seen in their lives.
Go in there. I would go in there. If I seen stuff moving like that, I would go in there.
Yeah.
I would. I mean, I would go in there. I would walk in there and see what was it, see if it would move while I was in there.
Yeah, I probably would too.
Those are heavy chairs.
Yeah,
That
the
one,
hospital ones.
yeah, that one right there looks heavy. So I mean, I guess you could put something underneath it, make it spin and move, but because we can't see underneath the chairs, so we don't know if they've gotten something put
Yeah.
something there to make it move like that. But I mean, if I seen something moving in a room, I would go in there.
Right.
And be like, okay, let's go. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's in here.
Yeah.
In the last hospital, there were several hauntings, and one in my department was a nurse. You could see her full body. She would go behind me and turn the light back on when I turned them out. Nope, you need the light on. Her
Yeah.
voice makes it even creepier.
She
Yeah.
does have the way she talks.
It almost sounds like she's using AI voice because it kind of like, I don't know, glitches or changes or something.
I'll try to pay attention to see.
I always think I'm rather brave, but if I saw that, I would literally and change my pants. Yeah, still go back. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looked like the spirit was mad, didn't it? I'm usually not afraid of them, but yeah, I would probably go back. I would probably want somebody to go with me. Megan, did you say Chris was sick? If so, I hope he feels better.
Yeah, he's just not feeling too well right now.
Is AI right? I don't either. I mean, some people are very good at just like, oh, that's AI. That's
Yeah.
AI. I mean, I have to really, some stuff is obvious that it's
Yeah.
AI, but some stuff I have to really look at
I
because I'm not.
haven't caught it yet, and usually I'm pretty good at catching it just
Yeah,
because I don't know, but I'll pay attention to see if it is. I don't think it is though. I think she's like just trying to like maybe add to the spookiness of it.
yeah, probably. Yeah,
Possibly.
you got to put a little drama in there, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah. I don't think it is though.
Yeah.
So
No.
far. Yeah.
No.
Ay, qué terrible, pero ¿cómo? Se volvió la silla.
If you are a follower of my channel, surely you remember this recording. Because a while ago, it was part of one of our videos. A footage that, as I mentioned, is quite similar to the previous one. However, on that occasion, several of you saw something that at that moment I didn't notice. A subtle but at the same time disturbing manifestation that occurs in the window. Can you see it? Do you think it's a spirit?
Oh, I see it.
Leave it in the comments.
It's right here. If you didn't see it, it's like
Number
a shadow
3.
going by.
Yeah, it walks past the window.
Yeah, it was.
Let me start with the next question.
That's not creepy or
Have
not.
you ever been in an unfamiliar place in the dark and a cold chill runs down your back, alerting you to turn around? But luckily, when you do, for your peace of mind, there is nothing there? That experience is common. It is part of a defense mechanism that was developed thousands of years ago when we used to be prey of the most terrifying beasts. Well, that's exactly what the person who carried this camera did, who along with a group were exploring an old hospital in ruins, when suddenly he felt that something was behind him. So he turned around without finding anything around him. At least, that's what he thought.
See, that's why you wear those GoPros and put them on your back.
Yeah.
So it's recording as you. Ugh. Dude. Mm.
Although this sequence corresponds to an exploration, the man assures that he was always the last of the group. Nobody was ever behind him. So that area should be empty. Even so, a thin-looking person
Well, he
is
looks like he
observed
has one
wandering around
leg.
there.
Maybe I'm
Could
looking
it be
at.
the spirit of a patient who is trapped here?
See? Looks like he just has one leg, not two.
Let me know what you think.
It looks long. Yeah,
There
it
it
does
is.
look like one
Two.
leg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks different on that side.
Yeah.
As I told
You ever wonder when you're walking, like we're always walking in energy because it's all around us and we're always walking in energy. Do you ever kind of wonder if you're like walking through something, like walking through a spirit, just kind of like everywhere you step, do you not kind of wonder if there's like a spirit there where you're just walking through it? Just
Maybe
like
not so much a spirit, but maybe like a
energy.
residual energy. Yeah, like a
Yeah.
level, like how you would get like going through the Watts area or the Killing
Yeah.
Fields area kind of thing. And then there's certain areas around here too, like where like the nuns drowned with all the children. Like if you stay
Mhm.
long enough and try to focus on it, it'll feel like eerie, I guess.
Yeah.
Best way to say it.
Yeah.
So
It's like you're just kind of there's no telling how much energy you're walking through and you just don't even know it.
yeah. But yeah, I'd imagine too, like that's happening too, though. I'm sure there's like ghosts at every corner too. I'm
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah, this isn't AI, but man, her voice sounds weird to me. This is an older film. AI wasn't around that. Yeah, for this one, it wasn't. No, they're the ones that catch you and get you to jump. Yep. And she did grow up in a haunted house. Yep. I saw the photo and thought it was New Orleans. Too funny. Yeah. New Orleans is full of it.
Yeah, it
I've also,
is.
yeah. I also believe that good spirits don't want to scare you, but the negative ones do, right? And they aren't nearly as bad as the truly evil ones, not even mentioning, demonic ones. That's a whole different, right?
Yeah. Whole different thing, yeah.
Yep. And you don't even want to say certain things,
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're like, I don't want to call them, I don't even want to, I don't want to go near that.
Yeah, I have to like try to control your thoughts kind of thing so they can't like feed off your energy I work on that a lot. Like don't let your mind run away with you.
Yes, don't
thing.
do that.
And then it is like I try to do things like sage or use something to kind of like the smell helps me. I like to do like the hyssop oil.
Yeah.
And in a diffuser. That seems to help.
Yeah. It calms your energy so that you can do
calms
what
your
you need.
mind.
Yep. Yep.
I told you at the beginning. It seems that hospitals are filled with energies of pain, sorrow, and misfortune that sometimes occur within its walls. Energies that, according to many occult books, can invoke the manifestation of inexplicable phenomena when combined with the desire or fear of another person. Allow me to better explain the last mentioned by relating an experience that happened to me. When I was little, I was close friends with my grandmother. We used to play, and she used to accompany me. However, when I turned 12, she passed away. A couple of weeks later, While I was in my room, I felt someone sit at the foot of the bed. I was half asleep, and I knew it was my grandmother. She used to do this. Suddenly, I remembered that she had passed away the week before. And when I opened my eyes and turned toward the edge of the mattress, it had the marks and even the warmth as if someone had sat on it. I called my mother to verify that indeed that side of the bed was warm, and she compared it to the other corner, which was cold. That place was warm, as if someone had been sitting there for hours. In the occult world, it is believed that the burning desire of a heart saddened by the loss of someone can achieve physical manifestations with the aim of claiming that desire. That is to say, they are not spirits, but about manifestations that our own mind can create. According to the story that one of my subscribers tells me, what you're about to see could be exactly this. A man had arrived to leave a delivery, at which point he took out his camera and records to verify that he was in the location, at which point the lens captures an absolutely anomalous situation. Observe.
I guess he's talking about that dark thing.
Later, many
Yeah.
said that precisely at that
Think so.
moment, a
That
patient
one.
who had
They're
arrived
going so
urgently
fast.
to see
Yeah, to the right.
died in the middle of resuscitation protocols by medical
Oh, I tried to
personnel,
stop it and it didn't work.
while
Yeah.
his family
Right
was
there. All right now.
I got you
their
again.
grief could
Ah.
cause that brief manifestation of a strange flat figure.
Right there.
Yeah.
Number 1.
It's kind of aggravating when people are recording stuff like that and they're like, "Oh, I caught something," but it's like they
Yeah.
don't stay on it long enough. They jerk their phone back or they take their phone down, and it's like, why didn't you leave it there so we could see it longer? You know, it's like,
Yeah.
dang it, I was trying to look and you keep moving it, you know.
Moving it, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe because you're not supposed to be recording in hospitals, like, and that's why. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know, but that could be the only reason. Maybe in that one, it was moving
Yeah.
so quick. I don't know.
Yeah. That was so weird. I'm
Yeah,
like, stay
it
there.
was creepy looking like the stance of it. It all be in the same
Yeah.
color,
Yeah. And kind of hunched.
leaning forward, like
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
Morgues are undoubtedly one of the places that generates the most fear inside hospitals.
This is one I've been waiting.
Well, in its dependencies, corpses arrive daily to be stored in that place. Bodies that lie inert on cold metal cubicles, waiting for autopsies and other procedures that feed our darkest thoughts. The same subscriber who writes us says that the greatest fear in the beginning is the idea that one of the corpses could suddenly sit up. Imagine what it's like to work in that kind of a place. How could you live a normal life after seeing corpses all day? Well, the man you see on the screen has had to deal with that. He works in a morgue, a job that he says he's gotten used to. But lately, he has had to deal with disturbing images of himself where it seems as if his work follows him. Observe.
Oh. That's creepy.
Yeah,
That's pretty clear in color.
mm-hmm.
I mean, that's
You look
not
like
like,
blonde hair almost, or
Yeah.
like a strawberry blonde.
yeah.
Yeah, enhanced it.
Mm-hmm. They really didn't have to. I mean, I could see it.
Yeah,
The
right.
man claims that
I could really see it. You really
Yeah.
didn't have to. Yeah, they really.
Yeah, thanks for enhancing it, but you didn't have to.
And you know, you don't always see them. That's like a lot of color in that one.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
kind of
it's pretty. Could just be the body. He maybe stuck it in there just for the picture.
yeah. I mean, I'm not doubting it. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, I'm just
really got
joking. I
some.
don't I don't think he got it all the way down there, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Hmm.
Selfie was taken while inside of his vehicle, just as he was leaving his job. In the photo,
You
there is
want
the
to ride
face of a
somewhere, dude?
person whose body had arrived at
Yeah.
the morgue that week, like the following image taken
Oh,
during a
would that?
break
Oh, that
by
one's
one of his
interesting.
coworkers, in which clearly you can see the face and part of the body of a being that, according to them, usually wanders around that area. Impressive photographs that for some would confirm the type of magnet that hospitals represent for all kinds of beings that feel attracted by the energies that emerge from these places, making way to the manifestations of all kinds of paranormal phenomena, like the ones you just saw in this video. Videos that undoubtedly give food for thought. I hope you like this video because we have come to an end.
Get out of the way. Gosh.
My name is Leonora Clay, and this was
Her name even
The
sounds like it would be a
Darkest.
creepy channel's name, like Leonore.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the one in the poem with what was it? Was it Edgar Allan
Edgar
Poe?
Allan Poe.
Yeah, was it Leonore?
It might have been Leonora, or is it
Leonora? Was it Leonora?
Leonora? Something like that.
Something
Yeah,
like
look
that.
that up. Yeah.
Yeah. Good name for a channel.
It
Good
is.
name for a creepy channel.
Where did, what did it
Let's
say?
see.
Let's see where I'm at.
Appalachian skies. I swear I never got used to that. Bodies moving. I know it's normal, but still. Yeah, I saw something about that earlier about how they supposedly just shoot up or something.
Well, my cousin is a mortician, and she
Mm.
told me there's like there is a ligament in the back. If you don't cut that,
Hmm.
like when you're doing the autopsy and stuff, they will sit up like that.
Yeah, that'd be creepy. Yeah, I've never really been
Well, I think that's
around a
what
lot of
she
dead
told
bodies.
me.
Yeah, I've never
I
seen
may
it.
be wrong about that, but I think that's what she told me. Awful smells, yeah.
Yeah, bad
Yeah.
ones.
Mhm. Mhm. A nurse better get
The one in the hospital. Yeah, I
yeah,
was thinking that
yeah,
before HIPAA comes after.
yeah. Mhm.
It's funny.
Mhm. I swear I never got used to that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The
I think the
nerve.
hospital one was probably the creepiest one, just because of the stance of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The black figure, the really real long hair, all black and
Yeah, that was it.
dreary.
Yeah, that was the creepiest one.
Yeah, that was a good
Yeah.
one.
Oh my goodness.
Do they have a lot more of the hospital ones on that one, or is it just like a
No,
different variety of
that's
video?
it for that video. That is it for that video.
But on that channel, does she do, or do they have a
She
lot of?
might. I have to because I thought I had put more hospital things on there. I'll have to go look for
Oh,
her
okay.
on hers and see if there's more hospital things on there. Because there was a lot of videos that are like 5 minutes long, 10 minutes long,
Yeah.
and they're not like the other one I was going to show tonight. Maybe is like an hour and 11 minutes or something, but it's on cemeteries and graveyards.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah,
not
they have a
on.
lot of stuff on that one. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
and I was struggling finding hospitals. I know there's stuff out there, so that's why
Hmm.
I was gonna change like the wording of it, like ER or
Right.
now that you can see the ambulance, maybe we should be looking up haunted
The ambulances,
ambulances.
yeah. I
Yeah,
saw one video. It had a lot of stuff on that, really, like how they would just have the lights go on and off and things like that with it. So
yeah,
there's a lot of ambulances that are haunted, apparently.
yeah. So probably I should look up like morgues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take this one down because
Okay.
that was the end of that one. And the other one, I'm gonna go to the playlist real quick and get it. And it is let me find it. It's this one. And it's like Because I have ghost towns too. We can go over ghost towns. What would y'all rather look at? Would y'all rather look at cemetery or ghost town? What would y'all like? What would y'all like to look at? Put what do you? Let's do what all the creators do.
Do it.
Put a
Put it.
one.
I
Put
was
a
gonna
one. Put a one for cemeteries and put a two for
Yeah.
ghost towns, and we'll look at what y'all want to look at because we can talk about any of it if what we want to talk about. But that video is like an hour, and it might be pretty good. Cemetery, okay. There's one cemetery, okay. Cemetery,
I
okay.
voted in chat.
I see you came up in there. Yeah, I don't even know how many we have in chat. How many people we have in chat?
I'm not sure.
That a way I can.
I think most people are probably sleeping away their Easter
They-
breakfast, lunch, and dinners at this point.
They're probably like, we stuffed ourselves and now we don't
Yeah.
feel like
It sounds good.
anything, right? We don't feel like that's not the channel I'm on. Has everybody voted? Ronnie says ghost towns.
I think she just didn't want them to be left out because everybody else picked one.
She didn't want the
She's
ghost
like, I don't
towns
want
to be
ghost
like,
towns to feel left out.
it's like
I like them.
I'm not gonna leave the ghost
Yeah,
towns
somebody's got to
out.
vote for them.
Somebody's got to do it.
I feel
So
like with some of the ghost town and like even here, like it's creepier like in person. So it's like you almost have to like walk it yourself a bit.
yeah,
Sometimes, just depending on where it is. Sometimes you can capture it on camera, being depending on the area. I think.
yeah. All right, we will go to cemeteries. Let me go back over here. Where you at? Where you at? Here we are. Yes, here we go. There's cemeteries. Okay, I gotta add it to because you forget what you're doing. You forget how to do stuff, and you
Oh
just
yeah.
did it 5
Back
minutes
to the
ago.
share screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I have on my pajamas pants. Think about what I'm going to eat when we're done.
That's
I was like, I'm thinking
That's
about eating
right.
already.
Pajama pants. So, Ronnie, we will cover ghost towns next.
Yes.
We will do that for you next live. We will do that one. You need to unbutton your pants. I know you talking about all that good food you had. Rub it in. Rub it in. Rub it in. I had good lunch. It was like 2:30. I think we ate about
Yeah.
2:30.
Yeah, we ate early because the movie was at like 12:10, and then I ate again a little bit ago, but still I didn't eat much. So
Yeah, I didn't eat much either. I voted for real
I'm
hard
from the
because I
heart,
don't think it was
yeah.
gonna be realistic. Well, we will do yours for you, Ronnie. Ronnie gets to pick for next time, and it's going to be ghost towns.
Right.
So, uh, I love ghost towns. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
realize Louisiana had as many as they have.
Right.
And they're not the normal ghost towns like you think of. So it's going to be fun looking those up. And I also did ghost towns for Texas. So
Yeah.
I've got in my playlist, I've got Louisiana and Texas ghost towns. So
Yeah.
we're gonna look at both of them. Hello,
Yeah.
Claudia.
The thing here, hi Claudia. It's like the island here is flooded out at different areas at different times. So eventually everybody's been wiped out at some point over here. It just depends
Yeah.
on which storm you're talking about almost,
Right.
you know. Even
Yeah.
though they're all spread out over a big periods of times. But yeah, when you think about it and add it up, pretty much the whole island's been under at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the
Yeah.
I think the ghost towns that are really weird are the ones that are built on. I think is it Salem? Not Salem.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Seattle. Is there one? Where is the town that they built another town over?
I'm not sure. Sounds creepy though.
And so the town is
We should look
underneath.
at
You
that.
can still go down there and look at the town, or you used to could, but they
Yeah.
raised the town and they just built over it and just deserted what was underneath.
That's creepy.
Isn't that
Seattle.
creepy? Is it Seattle? Okay, I thought so. Yeah,
Huh.
that's creepy.
I didn't
And
know
it kind
that.
of makes you wonder who's down there, like maybe.
Yeah. Why you would do that? Well, you're starting to find out there's supposed to be lots of that going on, and there's lots of cities below us underground, apparently.
And guess who's been hiding there?
Yeah. Lots of different people and
Mm,
species
mhm.
apparently too.
Well, I wish those species would get the pedos that are down there hiding under there. That would
Yeah.
be a good thing.
Yeah, just throw a big old bomb down.
Yeah, we could feed them for a while on them idiots.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, Lordy. Okay.
We have a
We have a
cemetery.
cemetery that has a glow in the. Really, that's neat.
That's
Glow
neat,
in the
yeah.
dark markers.
Never,
It would kind of be weird to see it all lit up at night, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Excuse me.
Oh, can't wait to see those ghost towns. Both states have. Yep. And many spirit remains.
Yeah,
Yep.
Seattle will be a good one to look at if there's like a town underneath it. Because
It
I don't know if
is.
everybody know. I didn't know that. So
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to put that on our
yeah,
because we're going to be on this haunted adventure for a little while. So I
Yeah.
mean, we can like we said, we can incorporate readings in our videos too. You know, whenever the time
Yeah.
comes for those. So those are not out of reach, even though this is what we're doing.
right.
So, all right, let's go and let's see what we got. Where am I at?
Okay.
Scariest. Let's close this one. This one. Here we go. This is from Mortis Media. They have 439,000 subscribers also. If you want to subscribe to them.
Yeah.
So
For
here.
more scary stories,
For more scary stuff.
fall asleep too.
This is 10 true, disturbing, and terrifying cemetery scary stories. Disturbing and terrifying. You got your popcorn?
Yep.
You got your lights turned off? You got your spooky music going? Let's go.
Good evening, all, and welcome. Tonight I have a chilling collection of true, scary cemetery stories for you to enjoy. If you're new here and would like to be notified of every upload, please press subscribe and the bell icon for good measure. You know the drill. But for now, it's time to get comfortable and let the darkness take control. I lived for most of my childhood in a large, aging house that we would later discover had once operated as a funeral home many decades before we ever moved in. At the time we bought it, no one mentioned anything unusual about the property, and we of course had no knowledge of this. Although the atmosphere inside always carried a certain sense of foreboding and unwelcomeness, it was especially apparent to visitors who noticed almost immediately, without being able to explain, why they felt uncomfortable there. The basement was the first place that made me suspicious, long before I ever researched the history of the place, because its layout made very little sense for a normal family home.
Well, he said we'd be
and
in
it
the
looked
dark.
intentionally designed for purposes
Yeah.
that were not domestic. The floor had old drains set into the concrete that newer renovations failed to hide completely, and the walls were tiled in sections that felt sterile rather than practical, creating an environment that always felt colder than the rest of the house, regardless of season or heating. Years later, curiosity finally pushed me into looking up property records and historical archives, which confirmed that the building had indeed served as a funeral home, and that the basement had been used for preparing bodies before burial services were held upstairs.
It's like dark the whole,
Behind the
the whole
house
way.
sat a small yard
Mhm.
that appeared
Yeah,
ordinary
because I
at
guess you
first
fall
glance,
asleep too, so you
although
don't have to turn
scattered
your
throughout
screen
the
off.
grass were several small
So it's just
gravestones
stories.
belonging to
We're not
Mhm.
going to get to see anything.
Mm-mm. Doesn't seem like it now.
Oh, I want something I can see, don't y'all?
Yeah.
All my lights are on. Ronnie. There's another city over another in Chicago too.
They-
Oh, really?
Do you have the ghost ones or for the ghost towns? Have those might
Yep.
have? Let's
Yep,
see what
let
that
me
one
go.
has in it.
Let me go back.
Got it, Ronnie. Ronnie won in the end.
That's right. Well, I don't know why it's dark all the way through like that. I didn't see. I
so you
didn't
could
look.
fall asleep to it. That's
Yeah, I
why.
didn't look At that one, I did watch the Ghost Town ones. Where's that? In Louisiana. Okay. Let me close this one. Let me close. I got so much crap open. Let's do this. Let me close this one. Okay. Go over here. Mhm. Our cemeteries where I live close the gates at 5. Oh, some of them do. Okay, yeah. Sora's butt needs holy water and a priest at the moment. What is she doing? There's one in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, there's more than I thought then.
Yeah. I mean, I think probably most of everything is like that. I think well, not everything, but the plate,
Yeah,
I think there's probably, like you're saying, way more than we probably realize.
yeah. Okay, this one actually has pictures,
Okay.
and this is Wonder Ruins.
Okay.
And they have 2.24K subscribers. So,
Give
but
them
I
a
have
subscribe.
I have watched this one. This is how long is this one? This one's like 24 minutes.
Okay.
This one's really cool. Mhm.
I'm gonna pull it up. I don't know if you can pull it up yet.
The what?
They can't see it on the main screen.
Oh, hold on. Let me get back there. Let me see.
Share
Yeah,
screen.
yeah. I was checking to see if it was going to be loud enough for me
Oh, okay.
because it's kind of a low one.
Hmm.
So I want to make sure it will.
Gotcha.
It's kind. So let me know if y'all can hear it. Okay.
A voodoo priestess once
I
sang
can hear it good.
on the front porch
Okay.
in the Louisiana swamp, and everybody in her town thought she was
Give
harmless.
us a 1 in chat if you can hear it.
Car, rocking back and forth, humming the same
Give us
eerie
a
tune
1.
day after
Yeah.
day. The lyrics went something like this: "One day I'm gonna die, and I'm gonna take all of you with me." Nobody believed her. Nobody took it seriously. And then she died. On the exact same day as her funeral, a Category 4 hurricane ripped through her town and killed 275 people. The town of Frenier, Louisiana, was never rebuilt.
That coon.
And to this day, all that remains is a mass grave surrounded by cypress trees in the middle of the Manchac swamp. But Frenier is just one of at least 15 ghost towns scattered across
Because
Louisiana.
if you look up Manchac Swamp,
Uh-huh.
that is a swamp here. I mean, that is Manchac Swamp has a lot of history, a lot of different history behind it. So it is like it's got little towns in it that don't exist anymore because
Okay.
floods and hurricanes and
Right.
tornadoes and different stuff. We have
Cool.
have a lake that used to be a town in Georgia, and the cemetery is located at the bottom. Oh yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of cool things when you
Yeah.
start to really look into specific areas.
Yeah. I'd love exploring the roads and underground cities, of course, with extra batteries and a torch, several lighters, water, a
Yeah.
gun. Just things that uh Lake Lanier. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've heard of that one, but I don't know much about it, but I've heard of
Yeah.
it.
That sounds like some other stuff we can look into, try to find videos on, and
Yeah.
talk about.
with stories this strange. Towns swallowed by sinkholes. Towns buried under 12 feet of mud. Towns where a chemical company literally bought every single house just to make everyone leave. And a town so old it predates the United States by almost a century, wiped clean off the face of the earth by back-to-back hurricanes. These are the 15 weirdest ghost towns in Louisiana that I bet you don't know about. And we're starting with one where the ground literally opened up and ate the neighborhood. If you're into stories like this, the places people forgot, and the ones that probably shouldn't have been built in the first place, consider subscribing. It really helps the channel, and we've got a lot more like this. Number 15, Bayou Corn, Assumption Parish. Imagine waking up one morning and the water in your backyard bayou is bubbling, not a gentle trickle. Actual bubbles rising to the surface like something underneath is boiling. That's what happened to residents of Bayou Corn in June of 2012. The ground started shaking, the water kept bubbling, and nobody could figure out why. The U.S. Geological Survey detected seismic activity but couldn't identify the source. Local officials suspected a natural gas pipeline leak. Texas Brine Company, the salt mining operation working underground in the area, flat out denied that a sinkhole was forming. They were wrong. On August 3rd, 2012, a sinkhole appeared on the western edge of town after an underground salt dome cavern collapsed. The cavern, known as Oxy 3, had been mined too close to the outer wall of the Napoleonville Salt Dome, which is the largest salt dome in Louisiana, stretching 3 miles.
And they said, the reason I want to stop it here is they said that like if this whole area like is just like the energy is just like way up there
Yeah.
because the whole place was destroyed
Right.
and people, of course, with it. I mean, there's survivors from it, but it's like when they started digging those holes, things started collapsing, sinkholes started coming, and people shouldn't be there. Like he said,
Yeah.
people shouldn't be there,
Yeah.
and for reasons like this. But
Yeah.
these
And
aren't.
I think there's certain areas that are just like that. I think
Yeah,
most people want to believe you can just kind of like set up anywheres and or stop anywheres and set up, but you really
yeah,
can't all the time.
yeah. And all these aren't totally ghost stories, but
Yeah, they're still got their
they're
own story.
they're ghost towns, and
Yeah.
the voodoo priest one that's in here is a ghost story though. But yeah, we'll continue to watch it. Let me get back over to where I was at.
Yeah, they have like a pirate one that's here. It's like Jean Lafitte.
Yeah,
That's
like
here too. So that's another way you almost do like pirate stories.
yeah, that's a good story. I like Lafitte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we went there on school field trips. They're like, this is where Jean Lafitte was. I
Yeah.
was like, wow.
Yeah, because he had his little island and everything.
Yeah,
He was big in the war.
yeah, this was his
People,
island.
yeah, people don't realize how big he was and
Hmm.
the turning of the war. Yeah,
Yeah, I forget what street it's on, but it's somewhere. So we used to go on field trips when we were in elementary school. We'd drive by it, and again, everybody's like, "Wow, ooh, yeah, it's so cool." Yeah, but I
yeah,
don't think they do it anymore, really.
yeah. There's some things we would go explore into that they don't
Yeah,
do anymore. 2012 was not that long ago, Ronnie said.
yeah. No, it doesn't. It wasn't, but it seems like it.
Aren't they doing an archaeological dig at Jean Lafitte right now? They may be.
They
You
might be. Yeah,
talking about the one in Texas or the one here in Louisiana? Because he was kind of along the coast there.
yeah. Let's see.
Makes you wonder how many little Lafitte are around that we don't know.
Yeah, right. Or like pattering around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see if they're doing
Galveston,
big.
she said, in
Let me see.
Galveston.
They might be. Let me see.
That may be why they're not letting you over there if they're doing that dig.
It says something about around January. So yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if they're still doing it, but they had something in the news about it in January. So yeah, they could be still doing that.
Yeah. Depending on how
Check it
much
out.
they were uncovering.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of stuff around here too. So
Yeah.
there's always construction somewhere now.
Yeah. They're going to find something one day.
Miles long, 1 mile wide, and
One
at
day.
least 30,000 feet deep. Governor Bobby Jindal issued an
he was an
evacuation
idiot.
order for 350 residents that same day after crude oil started seeping up through the ground. The smell of diesel filled the air. People woke up with headaches and nausea. And here's the worst part. The sinkhole kept growing. By 2018, it had expanded to 34 acres. By 2024, It spanned 37 acres and was 750 feet deep. Trees were being swallowed whole. The hole belched oil, gas, and earthquakes for years. Most residents took buyouts from Texas brine and left. By the 2020 census, only 32 people remained in Bayou Corn. One former resident
crazy.
described it perfectly
Yeah.
when he said the neighborhood used to be full of families and friends. Now it's just Texas brine owning every house on the block. A $48 million settlement covered 86 home buyouts, but many residents feel they were shortchanged. Their homes were appraised at post-sinkhole values, and as one displaced resident put it, who wants to buy a house next to a sinkhole? Number 14, Frenier, St. John the Baptist Parish. This is the one from the beginning, the town with the voodoo curse.
Yeah.
And regardless of whether you believe in voodoo or not, the timing of what happened here is genuinely unsettling.
This one
Frenier
is
was a
unsettling.
small farming community on the edge of Lake Pontchartrain in the Manchac Swamp. The town was originally called Schlosser, named after Martin Schlosser, a German immigrant who cleared forests and harvested timber in the area. Over the years, more German settlers arrived, and the community grew. They farmed cabbage. They exported sauerkraut to New Orleans. The railroad came through in 1854, and life was good. Then there was Julia Brown, born around 1845. Julia was a black woman who married a man named Celestin Brown. She inherited a 40-acre homestead in Frenier after his death. The community had no doctors, so Julia served as the local healer. She was what they called a traiteuse, someone who used folk remedies and natural medicines. People relied on Julia heavily, but according to legend, they only came to her when they needed something. The rest of the time, they avoided
Well,
her.
that's normally how they do doctors anyway, right?
Yeah, right. They just
I
come
mean,
to,
you only go to them when you need them. I mean, that's just how that is. I mean,
yeah. Unless you have like some kind of other problem, like that you
Yeah.
just want to be around them.
yeah, you
But
just want to
yeah,
go see the doctors. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Hold on, there was a
Hypochondria. It's usually
right,
what we call it.
right.
I would know.
Dang,
Like, get out of here, girl.
go on now.
Like, I want to, trust me. Like, I really
Yeah.
want to, but I can't.
And why do I keep coming here?
Yeah.
Where I live, there's a lot of farmland. Subdivisions have been built over farmland that I remember growing up, and those homes get a lot hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Chapman Ranch
No.
Road near Corpus? That's a very haunted road.
No, if I were to be, it would be more like visual. I would remember, I don't so much know things too much by names or anything like that. But if I were to see it and I've been past it, yeah. But it doesn't sound familiar. But I'll look it up since I'm close by. It should be easy to find.
I'm going to try to look up while or Megan can, one of us can look up, see if we can find any more haunted hospitals or cemeteries after this video. Or we can go into ghost towns for Texas. I got a video of those too.
Okay. Either one's fine.
The people that pass away should haunt these greedy. You right. Yep.
I'm sure they do. So
Well, the voodoo priestess here is fixing to give them all a lesson. She is.
yeah. I kind of want to after that.
Whether it was because of her practices or because of the racial dynamics of the Jim Crow South, Julia became increasingly isolated.
And that's really
and then
her.
She started singing that song, sitting on her porch with her guitar, rocking back and forth. One day, I'm gonna die, and I'm gonna take all of you with me. Julia Brown died on September 28th.
That's how curses start.
The community
That
gathered
right
the
there is how
next day.
curses start. It's that
Yep.
simple.
His funeral. As they were lowering her casket into the ground, the sky turned black. A Category 4 hurricane slammed into southeastern Louisiana with 125-mile-per-hour winds and a 13-foot storm surge. The railroad depot, where 25 people had taken shelter, collapsed, killing everyone inside. In total, 275 people died. Frenier, Ruddock, and the nearby settlement of Napton were completely destroyed. Homes flattened, buildings demolished, miles of railway track washed away. One survivor later described clinging to an upturned cypress tree and shutting his ears against the screams of those drowning around him. Frenier was never rebuilt. Today, the only thing left is the Frenier Cemetery, a mass grave surrounded by swamp. Tour companies run airboat trips through the area, and guides still tell the story
Because
of
you like
Julia
that
Brown,
cemetery.
claiming her ghost
Yeah, right.
haunts
Look at that cemetery. You like to go there. Yeah, I think you had to go there by boat, though, by airboat. That's the only way
Yeah.
you can get there.
Yeah.
the
There are a lot of
Manchac
places like
swamp.
that.
Yeah.
Some of those tours even pass by a staged crucifix they pretend marks her grave. But some historians argue that Julia Brown wasn't a voodoo priestess at all. She was just a woman, a mother, a healer, whose legend grew darker over time. Either way, the hurricane was devastatingly real, and Frenier is gone. Number 13,
It
Chenier.
just happened on the day that they were burying her.
Mm-hmm.
The hurricane came through and flattened the town.
After
No.
she sang that for the longest.
After she said that, yeah. And the day they were burying her, that happened. So that's kind of
Mhm.
creepy. I mean, that's kind of like, I mean, it's kind of hard to,
Say it's a coincidence.
yeah. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure she didn't cause that, but I mean, it's just weird how it just kind of worked out like that, where she passed away, and then the day when they were burying her, the storm comes through and just annihilates the whole city, and they never
Yeah.
rebuild it back.
I mean, it sounds like a curse to me, but
It
yeah,
does.
that's what it
I
sounds like
mean,
to me.
that's
But
what
that's
I'm
what I'd call
saying.
it.
Yeah, it sounds like a curse to me
Words are
too.
powerful,
Yeah, during
especially when you
public
use them in
school,
songs.
right? During public school week, my granddaughter came home from school with a book on crystals that she bought. So she's starting young. Oh, good for her. She's learning
Yeah.
about them. That's good.
Yeah. We had those when we were in school. They'd have that. I forget what it's called. I guess it was just book fair, but I feel like it was
Yeah.
called
Yep.
something else. But
hmm
it was Scholastic, and they would have that where you could come buy little crystal books and different kind of. It would have like the petrified wood is always in
Yep.
there. There's always
hmm
petrified wood, and Andrew too. When he was little, they had a lot of that. Connor
Yeah.
school not so much, but
Yeah. Yeah. Those I love. I love books. I love to read.
yeah,
So
yeah, I like going to the book fairs. It's fun.
yeah,
I
I do
get books for
too.
myself too because they always have an adult area at the book fairs,
Yep, they
so
do.
I like
Yep.
going.
I took my grandkids to the last book fair. You know, I would take them out of class and take them and
Mhm.
let them get their books and take them to class.
Yeah,
And I mean, like $150 later because I got 3 grandkids.
yeah,
You know,
it's worth it.
at the book fair. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
worth it
okay.
though. They have great books.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind spending it on books. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like I still have books that I got from the book fair when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
I know I
Yeah,
got some on Princess Diana and some other stuff.
and they're good quality books too.
Yeah, yeah, they
Yeah,
last.
yeah, yep,
That's why they're worth it, kind of in the
mm-hmm,
end.
yep.
Caminada, Jefferson Parish. If Frenier is Louisiana's most haunted ghost town, Chenier Caminada might be its most tragic. In the late 1800s, Chenier Caminada was a thriving fishing village on a narrow peninsula just west of Grand Isle on the southeastern Louisiana coast. The community had between 1,500 and 1,600 residents, a mix of French-speaking Creoles from New Orleans, Acadians from Lafourche Parish, Italian immigrants, and displaced Germans. They made their living catching fish, oysters, shrimp, and crabs, selling their catch to restaurants in New Orleans. By early 1893, the town had just
That little
opened a
post
brand new
office.
schoolhouse
Yeah.
and acquired its own post office. The oyster trade was booming. Things were looking up. Then came the evening of October 1st, 1893. The birds disappeared first. Seagulls, pelicans, even the man-o'-war birds all raced inland. Cattle in the marshy grasses started moving away from the coast. And then the unnamed Category 4 hurricane hit, seemingly out of nowhere. The storm brought 130-mile-per-hour winds and a 16-foot storm surge that engulfed the entire island. By morning on October 2nd, survivors looked out at a gouged and barren beach. Of 300 homes, one remained standing. Bodies washed ashore alongside debris. 779 of the town's 1,471 residents were dead. The hurricane killed more than 2,000 people total across the region, making it the deadliest hurricane in Louisiana history. The local cemetery had
Yeah,
flooded during the storm,
same. Yeah.
splitting open existing graves
everything coming
just
up.
as new ones desperately needed to be dug. Family surnames went extinct overnight. The fishing fleet was completely destroyed. Some residents tried to rebuild, but future hurricanes kept battering the peninsula. Today, almost nothing remains of Cheniere Caminada. The area is mostly marshland. A crumbling cemetery along Louisiana Highway 1.
Look
near
at that
Grand-
cemetery.
Yeah.
It's
Crazy.
along the there's the highway right there.
Yeah.
That's so sad. If you think that's your, now you might not have.
I was gonna say, I
maybe-
don't think there's too many people probably left, and like you said, half of the surnames killed
Yeah,
off right when it happened. So,
but if that was your
But-
family, it'd be sad. Think, wouldn't it?
yeah,
That your
yeah.
family's just like discarded like that on the side of the road. I mean, it wasn't intended that way, but it kind of turned out that way. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, probably no one that wants to maintain it either anymore.
Yeah.
It's because it's usually the families that encourage. I would think to maintain
Mhm.
still. I don't know though.
And they built that road right there, so it's like
Yeah,
how many graves that you mess up
put it over.
to put that road? Yeah, to put that road there, and that's the kind of
It'd be
stuff that
interesting
makes.
to see how many wrecks or something happen on that road.
Yeah. Oh, it would.
That would be interesting to look up to see.
Yeah, that would be
Since it's so
interesting.
close to it, or if people like sightings of people saying they see
Oh,
stuff.
I bet they do see stuff
Yeah.
coming through there. They would have to. I would think they'd almost have to, because I
Mhm.
think water's right back here,
Yeah,
and water's a conductor for sure.
right. Mhm.
So I'm sure they've seen ghost stories down this road. I'm sure there are some
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I say for sure.
Yeah.
Aisle is the only physical reminder that 1,500 people once called this place home. If you're finding this fascinating, hit subscribe. I cover forgotten places and strange history every week. Now let's get to number 12. Number 12, Morrisonville, Iberville Parish. And most ghost towns die from natural disasters. Morrisonville was killed by a corporation. The town was founded in the 1870s by formerly enslaved people who had been freed from a
Another business.
plantation near Plaquemine. For over a century, Morrisonville was a tight-knit black community along the Mississippi River corridor between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, a stretch where 75 of the largest chemical plants in the United States now sit. In 1958, Dow Chemical Company built a factory next door to produce vinyl chloride. The plant kept expanding, and by the 1980s, the chemicals had found their way into Morrisonville's drinking water wells. Rather than face the inevitable lawsuits, Dow made a calculated decision. In 1989, just before a federal report on the factory's toxic emissions was released, and Dow announced it was going to buy every single home and every piece of land in Morrisonville, the company told residents that if they refused to sell, their property would become worthless anyway. About 20 families initially refused to leave, but by 1993, the town was completely abandoned. Residents were relocated to newly built housing developments, but many of the older residents died before they could settle into their new homes. Today, all that
Did you see
remains
that grave? It was he had the War of 1812 on there.
Mhm. Yeah, Old Town.
Mm-hmm.
Morrisonville is the cemetery of the former Nazarene Baptist Church and an open-sided prayer shelter that Dow
Look at
built
that
so family
cemetery.
members
Oh,
could still
They're
visit
big,
their
yeah.
ancestors' graves.
It kind of remind me of
The
like
rest
some
of
of
the
the.
town
I
has
think it
been
would be like
absorbed
Paris
into the
area.
yeah.
When you look at how big, like the catacomb, well, not the catacombs but I'm just saying, like before you go to that, the ones above ground, and then you start
Yeah.
to go down. But that's what it reminds me of a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's so old.
Yeah. My chat keeps moving, but I don't see any new chat.
You see.
I keep seeing it move, and I'm like, well, why is it moving? But I don't see anything.
And it looked like YouTube was glitching a bit earlier. I
Oh,
noticed
okay.
for some things. I don't know if it's still having issues, but I did notice earlier it was having stuff.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. Let's see.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
Chemical plant's buffer zone. The story of Morrisonville is not unique along this
We
stretch
can
of the
continue to
Mississippi.
watch this one, or we
It's
can
happened to at least
stop
four
it.
I like
other
it.
communities founded
Okay,
by
it's
formerly
not.
Yeah, so
enslaved
far.
people.
It's pretty interesting, I
Reveltown,
think.
Sunrise, the Diamond Community of
Just
Norco,
let me
and
if
most
they want me
recently,
It
to
looks like
look.
Mossville
Texas
near
City
Lake
plants
Charles.
too.
All bought
Yeah,
out, all displaced, all gone. Number
I didn't
11,
realize they had a bunch
Ruddock,
there.
St. John the Baptist Parish.
St.
Ruddock
John the
and
Baptist
Frenier
Parish has
were
had it.
essentially
I
sister
mean,
Yeah.
towns. They
yeah.
sat right next to each other between Lake Morepa
Yeah,
and
because I
Lake
don't know much about
Pontchartrain,
these places.
connected by the
Mm-mm.
railroad that
Ruddock's
served
not
as
there
their
no more.
lifeline to the outside world. In the
At
late
all.
1800s,
No, they
Ruddock
have a
was a
sign,
thriving
but
cypress lumber
Mm.
town. It had a railroad depot, a hotel, and even its own newspaper. The community went through a rough stretch,
I think it's
including a
Ruddock that's not
catastrophic
there no
fire
more.
in 1902 that destroyed the Ruddock Mill, and a tropical storm in
It seems like a lot
1909
of things in the
that caused
1900s
15-foot
wiped things
storm
out. That's not the
Yeah,
same one that did Galveston, right? That's 1902. So
yeah.
they
It
have
seems like it's
like that time frame. Everything was just getting wiped out in the 1900s. Yeah,
yeah,
being prepped to build something new.
yeah, and it's like the turn of the century. So it's like 1800s into the end of the
Yeah,
1800s into the beginning of the 1900s.
yeah,
Like the world didn't want to change centuries. Like it was
yeah,
fighting changing the centuries.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was refusing, digging its
yeah,
heels in the
yeah.
best it could.
It's like nope. I'm gonna go in here like
Yeah,
yeah.
it's funny.
sides and killed 8 people in nearby Frenier. But the 1915 hurricane, the same storm that locals tied to Julia Brown's curse, is what finished Ruddock for good.
Yeah.
The town was obliterated. And unlike many storm-damaged communities, Ruddock was never rebuilt. Here's the strange part. Despite being nothing more than overgrown vegetation and rotted wood, Ruddock is still listed as an exit on Interstate 55.
Hmm.
You can drive past the sign on the highway and see Ruddock marked on Louisiana State Highway maps. There's just nothing there when you pull off the road. Number 10, Bayou Chain, St. Martin Parish. If you want to understand how strange Louisiana ghost towns can get, consider that Bayou Chain was a town built
I think it would be
on
cool to
water,
live on
located
the
in the
houses
heart.
that live on the water.
That's what these are.
Yeah, I
These
think
are
that would be neat to
yeah.
just do it
That's
for a bit, like a year, just see if you like it. I think I like it,
yeah. Just to
but
see
I
if you
like
like
stuff like that.
living
Well,
out.
I don't like lizards and things, so I don't know. I think that would be a hard one, but if I found a way to like, keep them out the house, I'd be okay. As long as they don't come in the house.
Right. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hard to do though in that kind of situation, but still, like I said, I'll
You
give
might
myself a year.
you might have a hard time keeping them out of the house
Yeah.
if you live in a still house.
Yeah, I know my grandfather, when we used to go up to the house in Rock Island, he would go in and he'd check for snakes because of like what, like just different snakes being in there and stuff. And I think like maybe once or something there was one like in the cow. But after that, like I was always so scared,
Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
always checked for us and stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I
because he
probably
knew you
would.
didn't.
Well,
Yeah.
he'd bring all the grandkids. So there'd be like 6 or 7 of us. And
Yeah.
I think the oldest would have been my sister, just say she'd have been 13. The youngest would have been like 3.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so it's like a wide range. Yeah, so he would check then
Yeah.
for us.
Oh,
Yeah, and they
Megan, you
walk
would
the
hate it.
property.
Just the-
Yeah, I would probably. Well, I think I'd like it for like what it is, but once the lights, yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of the reptile part of it.
Yeah.
But
And we got a lot of reptiles here.
I still love the country though.
Yeah. We got a lot of reptiles here.
Yeah.
Of the Atchafalaya Basin, the community was
Atchafalaya.
constructed on houseboats and wooden platforms,
There you go,
these
Megan.
with buildings perched on stilts above
Yeah,
the
just not
swampy
the lizards, that's
wetlands.
all.
The
Everything else I
residents
can
were
take.
swampers, lumberjacks, trappers, farmers, fishermen, and moss pickers. They had a school, a church, a post
You
office,
can't pick
all
moss
of it
like that no
floating
more.
above the bayou.
Yeah.
Despite occasional flooding, Bayou Cheney thrived for decades. But the Great Mississippi Flood of 1927
There it is,
destroyed much of the
1927.
community. The town rebuilt, but the construction of the Atchafalaya spillway levees meant that flooding became more and more frequent. The post office closed in 1952. The school closed in 1953. Most residents simply gave up and left. Today, the historical community of Bayou Cheney lies under approximately 12 feet of silt and water.
Yep.
There's nothing to see, nothing to visit. The town that once floated is now buried beneath the very bayou it was named after. It exists only in old photographs and the oral histories of families who still speak about it with something close to reverence. Number 9, La Belize, plaque means parish. La Belize holds a title that makes its disappearance even more bizarre. It was possibly the oldest French settlement in all of Louisiana, first inhabited in 1699, nearly a century before the United States even existed.
A
Located at the mouth
century
of the
before the
Mississippi
United
River,
States existed.
La Belize was strategically critical. It served as the first
I
French
like the
fort in the
names of all
region
these places.
and
Oh,
became an
yeah.
important economic hub for shipping and navigation. If goods were moving up or down the Mississippi, they likely passed through La Belize. But the location that made it valuable also made it vulnerable. Hurricane after hurricane battered the
Look at
settlement.
those light
In
bulbs.
1740, the
Mhm.
town was completely washed away. It was rebuilt and renamed. Then another hurricane hit in 1860, and every single resident fled. 5 years later, in 1865, yet another hurricane erased whatever traces were left. Today, La Belize doesn't exist in any physical form. The Mississippi River Delta has shifted so dramatically over the
Yeah.
centuries that the original site is no longer where it was. River pilots sometimes use the area for temporary work shifts, but there is nothing to indicate that this was once the gateway to French Louisiana. Number 8, Elliott City, Point Coupe Parish. Point Coupe Parish deserves its own episode because it contains at least 9 ghost towns by itself. But Elliott City might be the most unusual. The town sat at the bottom of a valley where 3 tributaries flow into the Tiber River. When the Atchafalaya River levee broke in both 1912 and 1913, the community was flooded. It managed to survive in some form for another couple of decades, but in 1939, when the Morganza Spillway was constructed, residents were forced to leave for good. What makes Elliott City truly weird is what happened next. The remains of the entire town were covered by sand and silt.
Yeah.
Then US Route 190 was built over the top.
See,
Today,
there you
you
go.
can literally drive over where Elliott City once existed
Mhm.
and never know there's a ghost town beneath your tires. The buildings, the homes, the streets, all of it buried under the roadway and the river. Number 7.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
You're just driving over the top of an old city.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I think there's probably so many places like that we don't even know like
Yeah.
what's down underneath, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Just
that
not
movie,
the
like What Lies
visitors.
Beneath.
Yeah. Right.
I love that
Right.
movie.
I know. I do too. I love What Lies Beneath. I
Yeah, it's a
love.
good one.
You know that you can't pull moss off the trees now. The Spanish moss. If you it's like against the law.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
If you pull it off,
Mm-hmm.
you can be arrested for that. Now, if you find it on the ground, you can get it. You can pick it up
Yeah.
off the ground because it's already fell off the
Right.
tree. But yeah, you can't just go pull it off the tree.
That's interesting. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I'd be the one to get a ticket or something. You know, like, oh,
Yeah, you
yeah.
can't pull it off the tree. You can get it off the ground, but you can't pull it off the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed if you use moss and like protection things, it's supposed to keep like you like really protect. It's used for protection because it
Yeah.
slows things down. It makes things hard to get to you.
Yeah.
So like if you're ever going to do like the way people use them in protection jars and things like that a lot
Yeah.
because it makes it hard for things to
Yeah. Like
basically
the
get to you.
devil's shoestring, it does the same thing. It's like a
Mhm.
long, it's like a root in
Yeah.
a vine that has little
Like
things
tangly.
sticking
Yeah, it
off of
catches
it, tangly
everything.
things, and that's the same
Yeah, and then
purpose that
right.
gets you tangled up. Yep.
Yeah, it starts to change colors and whatever you throw it out and replace
Right.
it.
Yep. I just can't seem to comprehend the city under the city. I know.
Yeah. It
With
is
nothing
strange.
collapsing, so strange to think about it. It is very
Yeah, I think
strange.
that's what it is. We get a lot of sinkholes around here now. Like one time a car fell into it and like it was all over the like the city, like, you know, I guess you would say website or news or whatever it is
Yeah.
on Facebook, you know. But yeah, the tail end of the car was just sticking out in the front end. And I was like, well, did they get out? Like I hope
Yeah.
so, because it was water. It went down and it went to water. So yeah,
Did
they
they
never
get
said.
out?
I don't know. It never said anything. Probably not because they never said anything. But I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, but I don't know. It was just a red car, and it was all like probably covered to almost the passenger side back window.
yeah.
But they never said what happened.
If the more you hear about cities under cities that you don't know about, it makes you wonder just what goes on underneath there.
Yeah,
Is it like a whole nother world, just like what we're doing up here, but they're doing it down there?
pretty much. Just like darker. It'd have to
Yeah.
be darker to be underground.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, most of it, I would assume. I don't
I
know
would
though.
assume too. Yeah.
Eventually, it would turn that way. I feel like if it wasn't
Yeah.
already.
I mean, because can you imagine just being underground like that? I can't.
Yeah, because that's all artificial everything, I would
Yeah.
think, unless they're siphoning it from some other way. But I don't know how you would do that completely. But
I
they
don't
figure a lot
either.
of things out. So
Yeah.
who knows? Don't know if I want to know yet.
We went to Bath, England. You can see the older city on top of the new one. Mm,
That'd be cool.
that would be trippy.
Yeah, it would.
Is the best word I could say for it.
Yeah.
Burwood. Plaquemines Parish. Burwood sits near the very bottom of Louisiana, as far south as you can go on the Mississippi River Delta in Plaquemines Parish. At one point, roughly 1,000 people lived here.
I love the old
During World War
pictures.
II,
Mhm.
Burwood served as a naval base. The military installed heavy artillery, watchtowers, and facilities to support patrol boats, destroyers, and underwater naval mines. After the war, the United States Weather Bureau took over part of the area in the 1950s and used it as a hurricane monitoring station. Families lived
Yeah,
there,
listen to this.
kids
This
went to
is
school.
weird.
There were homes and a functioning community. But Louisiana's coastline doesn't stay put. Coastal erosion, the slow eating away of land by the Gulf of Mexico, has been swallowing the southern delta for decades. Today, most of Burwood's territory is fully or partially submerged underwater. There are no signs of the families, the naval base, or the weather station. The
Isn't
Gulf
that
simply
weird?
took it.
Yeah.
Number 6, Taft, St. Charles Parish. When the 2000 U.S. Census was conducted, exactly 0 people were living in Taft, Louisiana. 0. The entire area has been rezoned as heavy industrial land. It's a ghost town in the most literal sense, a place that once had families and a community, now replaced entirely by chemical facilities. Taft was the original location of Our Lady of the Holy Rosary Catholic Church, which was built in 1887. When the community died, the church was physically moved to Huntsville in 1963, but the cemetery stayed behind. It's still an active burial ground for the parish to this day. Family members drive to Taft to bury their loved ones in a graveyard that is now surrounded on 3 sides by Dow chemical facilities. Think about that for a second. You're visiting your grandmother's grave, and on 3 sides of the fence, there's an industrial chemical complex. Number 5. Waterloo, Point Coupe Parish. Founded in 1820, Waterloo was once a bustling export hub for sugar cane and cotton. Ships loaded up along the Mississippi River, and the town served as a vital link in Louisiana's agricultural economy for over 6 decades. Then came the flood of 1884. The Mississippi River broke through and devastated the community. But what makes Waterloo's story especially grim is what happened after the floodwaters receded. Arsonists moved in
Yeah.
and burned whatever the water hadn't destroyed. The combination of flood and fire left absolutely nothing standing. Residents packed up and moved to nearby new roads. Today, modern subdivisions have been built on the land.
You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
They
They've
built
been built on the
modern
land.
on
Yeah.
the land that was burnt, that was destroyed and then burnt.
Yeah. And that's what I'm
Can
saying.
you-
I think that happens a lot more than people realize too.
Yeah.
So
Because you don't know the history of the land that this like you don't know the history of like when subdivisions buy the property, you don't know
Mhm.
the history. They may find out the history of the land when they buy it, but they're not going to tell you the history of the land. So you don't know
Right.
what was there before your house was there.
Yeah.
And it could be another whole city that was destroyed just like this one or a town.
Yeah, I mean, just with this one alone having like, and like like the pirate Jean Lafitte thing going. I mean, there's Indians here too. I mean, there's tons of parts of Galveston, I'm sure, that have that too. As you get closer, it's not always just something from the storms. There's things like that too around here, and probably
Yeah.
your areas too. It's like 2 different areas if you wanted to look into it, almost.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I don't think people really realize how old Louisiana is. Louisiana's old.
yeah,
We're old. That is.
yeah, it is. So is Galveston too. I'm surprised. It's Lee. He's here.
Very good. Hi, how are you? They might scare you out of the car, but it would be a great road trip. What did Ronnie say? That I must have missed it. Oh, there it is. I'll be the Uber driver.
Oh,
I
for here,
won't
yeah.
go. I won't go in. But I won't go in with y'all.
They have tunnels under the new parts. Yeah. Well, that's what they're saying. Like in a lot of the places, like Los Angeles, so it's just a bunch of tunnels underground too. So I think that they even set up stuff like there, like I think they have like underground tunnel parties and things like that, where they
Yeah.
go in and out too, and they kind of inhabit a certain area, and then they'll move it along later to somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
they have had people say that they do that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they do it other places too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. All
Yeah.
over the place.
All over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Who once stood, and here's the eerie detail. It's not uncommon for current residents to dig up artifacts and remnants of the old town during construction projects. The ghost of Waterloo literally lives beneath the foundations of people's homes. Number 4, Torres, Point Coupe Parish. Torres was supposed to be a success story. Founded in 1902 by Joseph Torres, the town was positioned to become an important shipping and railroad center because of its prime location along the Mississippi River. For about 10 years, things went according to plan. Then the 1912 Mississippi River flood hit,
Again. Yep.
and the town's levee gave way. The community was
That horse
virtually
on there.
wiped out. They rebuilt, barely. Then the Great Flood of 1927 broke through again.
So
Tor-
Grant's Canal, one of Grant's canals is over here where I live
Oh, really?
because Grant, he wanted to join the Mississippi and the town I grew up in because he wanted to go through there. He wanted to bring troops through there. He built part of it, which is our lake, and there's a sign out there, a big plaque, the brown historical plaques that they have.
Yeah.
And it tells you about Grant's Canal. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. That's the best thing we got going over there.
Yeah, right. That's a historical thing happening over there.
That was the final blow. Without the railroad, there was no reason for the town to exist. Residents drifted away, and today, not a single building marks where Torres once stood. The town that was supposed to become a major hub became one of Louisiana's most complete ghost towns. There's genuinely nothing there. Number 3, East Krotz Springs, Point Coupe Parish. Originally called Latania, East Krotz Springs was a lumber operation hub in the early 1900s, sitting directly across from the existing town of Krotz Springs. The Atchafalaya River levee broke in 1912, flooding the area. It broke again the very next year in 1913. The town limped along for decades after that. But in 1973, when the Morganza Spillway was opened to relieve dangerously high water levels on the Mississippi River, East Krotz Springs was completely submerged.
Yep.
Again, in 2011, the same thing happened. The floodgates opened and the ghost town went underwater once more. There is no visible trace of the town today. It sits within the Morganza Spillway levee system, designed to flood on purpose whenever the Mississippi gets too high. The town didn't just die. It was turned into a sacrifice zone. Number 2, Laurel Valley Plantation, Lafourche Parish. This one is technically not a ghost town in the traditional sense because the sugarcane farm still
I want to go here.
but the village
Yeah.
surrounding it is one of the eeriest abandoned places in all of Louisiana. In
Mhm.
its heyday, during the 1910s and 1920s,
Because the buildings are still there. Look at 'em.
Sugar plantation
Yeah.
with worker housing, a school, and a church.
There's a town in Texas
Dozens
we
of
used to
original
drive past that looked
structures
like
still
that.
stand in
Yeah.
various states of decay. Weathered wooden cabins, crumbling outbuildings, rusted equipment scattered across the grounds. The plantation went bankrupt in 1926, and while the farming operation eventually recovered under new ownership, the village that once supported hundreds of workers was left to rot. If the place looks familiar, that might be because Hollywood came calling. Scenes from the 1987 film Angel Heart,
Sinners too.
starring Mickey Rourke and Robert De Niro, were filmed among the decaying structures of Laurel Valley. The production designers didn't need to change much. The real location was already eerie enough for a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
And number 1, Alberta, Rapides Parish. Alberta is the kind of ghost town where you can actually see the bones of what used to be a real community, and that's what makes it the weirdest on this list. At the turn of the 20th century, in Alberta was a booming lumber camp and sawmill town. Workers poured in, businesses
What's
opened,
weird is them chopping this
sawmill,
big tree
a
down.
church, school,
Yeah.
general stores.
That
The
general
town
store,
grew
that's pretty
rapidly
cool.
alongside
I know.
the
I think
timber
that'd be cool
industry.
to have been able to,
Then, in 1952,
well, still be like that
tornado
somewhere and
ripped
go look
through
at
Yeah.
and
it.
destroyed many of the buildings. The town rebuilt the sawmill, and that mill managed to keep running all the way into the 1990s. But without the broader lumber industry supporting it, every other business in Alberta slowly died. When the sawmill finally closed its doors for good, there was no reason left for anyone to stay. Alberta is interesting because the decline happened in slow motion over nearly
Yeah.
5 decades. It wasn't a flood, a hurricane, or a corporate buyout. It was just the slow, grinding disappearance of an industry, and with it, an entire town. Louisiana doesn't have ghost towns like the Old West, with saloon doors swinging in the wind and tumbleweeds rolling down Main Street. Louisiana's ghost towns are stranger than that. They're underwater. They're buried under highways. They're surrounded by chemical plants. They're haunted by legends of voodoo curses and marked by cemeteries that families still visit, even though every building around them has been demolished or swallowed by the swamp. If you made it this far, you're clearly the kind of person who appreciates forgotten history and strange places.
Yes,
I think that's pretty
we
cool.
do.
I
We
like
do.
it.
We do like strange
I mean,
places.
and he's the one that does the Texas one too.
Let me look and see if he's. Let me take this
Because I
out and
would be interested to see the Texas one he does because he did a good job on that one.
let me see. Let me go to my
And
playlist.
hello, Aussie. How are you? Happy Easter. My dad had one of the big saws. The 2-man operated, said Woofy.
Oh, I gotta go under my other playlist.
Yeah. Everyone's saying hello.
Hello, hello. I'm looking at my other playlist over here. That
Woofy said you did a great job or excellent job on digging up all this footage for tonight.
Oh,
As I said, I'm curious what the Texas one is.
yeah, that's what I'm.
So I was like,
looking
because he
at.
did that was a really good one. I liked it the way he put it together with
Yeah,
all the information because he like gave you not just the spooky part of it, but all the facts of
yeah. He just went
and
straight
background.
to it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a good channel.
Let's see. Well, there's top 10 terrifying places in Texas. I got that one.
Okay.
And I got exploring the top 20 ghost towns in Texas.
And are those his or different ones?
I think these are
channels?
different ones. These are Beyond
Okay.
Civilization is
Okay.
one of them. And Most Amazing Top 10 is the other one. So
Okay.
we can list if y'all want to watch these, we can. One is top 10 terrifying places in Texas that are pure evil. And the other one is exploring the top 20 ghost towns in Texas. And this one's updated. It was a year ago.
Okay. So in chat, which one do y'all prefer to watch? One, was it 10 and 20? That's the difference?
Yeah, one is 20 ghost towns and the other
so
is...
the 1 for 10 and the 2 for 20.
Hey, 1 for 10, 2 for 20.
It links up perfect. Yeah.
Terrifying or ghost?
Evil places.
One is 29 minutes and the other one is 22 minutes. And then I got one more. It's but this one's a Louisiana
Those aren't too
one.
long.
No, not too long.
Claudia said 2 for the 20. Let's see. Trying to think which one sounds cool. I feel like the evil sounds cool, but the 20 is like that sounds interesting too, though, because it's 20. I don't know which one.
Well, we can do both. It just depends.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll just do.
Ronnie said as long as her town isn't on the list.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. So we'll start. Okay, so let's.
Two.
One of them's 22 minutes and one's 29 minutes.
We got two twos.
And I won't tell you which one is which. So who wants to do 22 minutes first or 29 minutes first? And that way you won't get to pick the one.
22.
You want to do the 22?
Yeah, that's just my guess. 22.
Okay.
Both. I already said both.
All right.
I'm gonna take a 30 to a minute break. I'll be right back.
Okay. I gotta.
Why you
pull
pull that up? Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta pull it up on the thing too. I got to go here. Share my screen. Yes. Yes. That's this one. That's this one. Yes, that is it. We'll do both. We'll get to both. I think this kind of stuff is interesting. It's not totally haunted stuff, but it is haunted in a sense that, these towns were wiped off the map and then either not built back or something was built over the top of them. And that in itself is haunting to me. As long as your town isn't listed. Well, my town wasn't listed in there, but because I'm not that far down south. I'm not that far down south. I used to have dining room chairs exactly like Megan's. You did? Did I miss anybody coming in? Oh, there's Aussie. Hi, Aussie. Good to see you. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Good to see you.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
The chair. Okay.
I think Running Gray Wolf said she used to have chairs just like yours.
Oh, really? This was my grandmother's dining table set.
All right. So we are looking at the top 20 ghost towns.
Yeah, very heavy they are.
Yeah. Very
Nice
heavy.
though. Very nice.
Yeah.
They don't make stuff like this no more. Say they don't make it like it no more.
Mm-mm.
Nice and sturdy, all the furniture.
It makes sense why scary things happen. And yeah, very much. Yep. All right. Here we go. Where am I at?
Okay.
Yep. There I go. All right. Here we go.
Intriguing than wandering through the ruins of a decades or even
This is Beyond Civilization, is the channel this one is on.
Okay.
And they've got like 16,000 subscribers. Oh, I'm surprised they don't have more than that.
centuries-old lost ghost town that seems to have been frozen in time. No, this footage is not from a movie, and yes, these types of places still actually exist. As a matter of fact, they're all over Texas. And today, we're going to explore the top 20 ghost towns in the Lone Star State. Number 20, Lee Day. In 1904, a Mrs. Mabel Day, owner of a
All
large
right.
local
Anybody live in Lady?
No, I actually haven't even heard of
Does
it.
anybody live there? Never even heard of it?
Mm-mm. A lot of
Yeah.
places here though.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
in Texas.
That's right.
Yeah.
cattle ranch staked the town of Lee Day and named it after both her former husband, William H. Day, and her current husband, J.C. Lee, forming
Well,
the
that's
name
weird.
Lee Day. Soon, the new town had 3 stores, a post office, a 2-story hotel, a school, a cotton gin, a so-called Woodman of the World Hall, whatever that is, a blacksmith shop,
I know what
and a
Woodman of the
population
World
of
is.
over 100. The town prospered well until soon after World War I. At that point, the coming of the automobile and paved roads meant that Lee Day would now have to compete for its business with other larger towns nearby, and it didn't fare so well. By 1980, the population was down to 55. But the universe still wasn't done picking
That
on
was
Lee Day,
creepy,
and in
huh?
the early 1990s, a
I know
large
it's
portion of the original town site, including several roads and buildings, was submerged by the construction of the OHIV Dam. Today,
What was
there's
that right there? What was that?
What? I didn't see.
towns nearby, and it didn't fare so well. By 1980, the population was down to 55. But the universe still wasn't done picking on Lee Day, and in the early 1990s, a large portion of the original town site, including several roads and buildings, was submerged
That right there.
by the construction of the OHIV Dam.
Somebody
Really a
filming
person
or
just
in a boat,
yeah.
and they got a boat there.
Today,
Went
there's
to the
relatively
mountain,
little
didn't know what
left
it
of
was.
this once thriving
Yeah.
town. If you try to drive there, you'll find that its former roads lead directly into the lake's beautiful, sparkling waters. There are even a few islands here that contain some crumbling, desolate portions of the now abandoned roads leading to the submerged site of this ghost town. And you can only wonder what hidden relics and lost secrets lie at the cold, dark bottom of the lake. Number 19, Pontotoc. Deep in the mountains of central Texas lies a buried story, hopelessly lost in the sands
Feels
of
like a
time. The
castle.
town of Pontotoc,
That's
Texas,
neat
was
looking.
formed in the
I almost want to go
1850s,
see it.
and soon it seemed destined for success, with several
You've
buildings.
heard of it?
No, but it looks neat.
It does look neat. You
Reminds me
see
of that
the
movie Ever
planks.
After.
Yeah.
I feel like I relate everything to movies. I can think of like I feel like every single thing. I'm like, it reminds me of this movie. But yeah, it reminds me of that movie Ever After. I think it'd be neat to look at.
That is so weird to see the planks still up there,
Mhm.
the floor planks.
Yeah, and then reminds you how
businesses.
sturdy these places are still too. How many of these
Yeah.
places? It just shows you how well made things were, purposeful. And
Yeah.
now how well they're not made purposeful. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How they fall apart so easy now.
Yeah. How could we go backwards?
Right.
That far backwards.
People
Clothes
don't want to go back to that time, but if you ask,
Anybody who remembers it or was around it, they do.
yeah, they
Yeah.
talk about how good stuff was built and made and
Yeah, we
how
had a refrigerator at my parents' house, and it was probably made like in the 40s or something, and they only had to get rid of it because we flooded out, and it got flooded out. But it was like in 2008 or so like over 50 years.
yeah, that you
And
that they
how
had it.
often do you have to replace the fridge now?
Yeah.
Like too much.
Like, yeah, because
Yeah.
I think mine was 10 years old and I had to replace it.
Yeah, that one was like
Yeah.
at least 50 years old.
Yeah. Wow.
It also had an active mining industry, known primarily for collecting mica and topaz, which abounded in the area.
Ooh,
After several
topaz.
decades of prosperity, Pontotoc
That would be
began to
fun to go
implode.
to.
A typhoid
Yeah.
fever epidemic nearly wiped out the town in 1887. The town cemetery became so full that it had to be closed in 1888, and a new one was established. Many
Wow.
attempts were made to get a railroad through the community, but each of the three proposed railroad lines missed the town by a few miles. A few years later, a disastrous fire took out a good portion of the stores downtown and all but doomed the town to its final demise. Today, only a few remnants of this once proud, prosperous town remain, including several crumbling structures, at least 2 abandoned cemeteries, and this mysterious mine or quarry. Number 18, Concord. What if I told you that there's a sunken ghost town, a little Atlantis, if you will, right here in our very own state of Texas?
Go there
Exactly
too.
where it is.
Start
Beneath
writing
the
places
surface of
down.
beautiful, sparkling
Road trip.
town,
Right. Right. We're going. No, just kidding.
Ghost towns, field trip.
Yeah.
I need to go. I will come back if you are
Yeah,
here.
Tara's not
Okay,
around
that's
here.
fine. Yep.
Oh yeah, take your time.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
You
my
used
ears
to
are
only
itching with
ever
these
hear
allergies.
to have one washer and dryer. Now you're lucky to get. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good evening.
Yes, have a good one. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yes.
Burn Reservoir in East Texas hides a centuries-old secret. In the early 1880s, a Colonel T.L. Mott pitched a tent on a river bottom and soon built a cabin for his family. Soon, this small settlement became a town, including a post office, church, school, and several cemeteries. This town actually grew and flourished for several years, eventually becoming home to several hundred residents. However, in the late 1950s, the Army Corps of Engineers began building a dam on the nearby Angelina River. Their plan was to form a large reservoir to mitigate local flooding
there you
and
go.
enhance nearby property
Snake.
values. The problem? The proposed location for the future reservoir was located over a vast area that included the historic colonial town
so
of
they couldn't do
Concord,
it.
Texas. Concord's families fought the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers for as long as they could, but to no avail. In the end, they gave up and watched as the dam builders pulled down their log houses, destroyed their school, moved their church, and dug up the bodies of their ancestors in Concord Cemetery. Now, most of the town, including the site of its old church, is at the bottom of the Sam Rayburn Reservoir. And if you know where to look, you can still find a few traces of the original settlement, including tools, nails, building foundations, and even an abandoned cemetery that just barely managed to stay above water level.
Wow.
Number 17, Aldridge. Deep inside the Angelina National Forest, sitting not too far from the Neches River, you'll find 4 massive structures
So
under the
that's a cemetery that's almost underwater.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Can you imagine? You can't go see your family.
Yeah,
It's not like you can go to their graves, which I get it. They're not really there, but I mean, you can't go see them, and you can't even get to them.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
kind of, even though they're not there, that's just kind of like,
yeah. Still unfortunate that they're underwater.
yeah, that place there just holds all kinds of.
Yeah, for
I would
sure.
think hostile energy. What are you doing here?
Yeah, go check them out.
Going to see it.
Yeah.
Ronnie, have we hit in? Do you live in Texas? Well, I guess I shouldn't ask you, but if you do, have we hit any of your hometowns? Any of your hometown or any towns around you that you can go check them out?
Yeah. I think she said
Big
Corpus
Forest
Christi.
Canopy. These are part of the few ruins that
That's
still
neat.
remain of the sawmill
Yeah.
town of Aldridge, a now overgrown ghost town lost deep in the dense forest vegetation. In operation from 1905 to 1923, the Aldridge sawmill was once the pride of the town of Aldridge, its very reason for existing. By 1906, the town of Aldridge had a large commissary, a depot, a hotel, a dispensary, 2 churches, 2 schools, and 200 tenant houses. However, the town
dispensary?
suffered one tragedy after another, including several catastrophic fires, which drove the sawmill out of business. Without the sawmill to boost its economy, the town of Aldridge didn't stand a chance. By 1925, the railroad tracks had been torn up, and the entire site was abandoned for all time. Number 16, Oak Forest.
goes-
Hidden away on the riverbank of a majestic, peaceful river near the Texas Hill Country lie the ruins of
I was gonna say, I wonder if that's probably where that Camp
overgrown
Mystic
structure
was.
that's been frozen in time for over a century. This
Wow.
now crumbling complex on the
Camp
Guadalupe
Mystic, is that what you called it?
Or yeah, it was at Camp Mystic when it did the last flood where all them girls were at. I think it's along that same river.
Oh, the ones that what, last year before last?
I think it was last year. I'm
were
trying to
washed
think
away?
of I'm trying to think. It was Flash. It's called Flash Flood Alley though. That's why it's called Flash Flood Alley.
Because of that reason.
Because of that reason.
Yeah.
So that's why they got a lot of criticism about it. And that's why most of the people who kind of lived in that area kind of pushed back because they were like, well, it's called Flash Flood Alley. You know what I mean? Things like
Yeah.
that happen there. And that's, unfortunate. But
Yeah.
so that's why that's called that.
Mm.
Yeah.
I live in Texas, but nothing near me. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing near me so far.
With global warming, it may all be. You never know.
Yeah.
So, is this show in Megan? Is it where the girls were at, or near where they were
No,
at?
I don't think this is it, but I don't know how close it is. That's what I was saying. I wonder what part of the riverbank they're on because I'm pretty sure that's the same river area that happened
Gotcha.
at. Yeah. Like within the
Maybe
same area.
didn't he show a picture at the beginning?
Yeah, but there's a lot of different areas along that. Like
Oh,
kinda-
okay.
yeah, like there was a couple
Time.
other
Number
camps where
6.
there was flooding too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oak Forest. There.
Mhm.
Oak Forest. Hidden away on the riverbank of a majestic, peaceful river near the Texas Hill Country lie the
Near the
ruins
hill
of a
country.
majestic, overgrown structure that's been frozen in time for over a century. This now crumbling complex on the Guadalupe River began its life in the late 1800s as a
Guadalupe.
water mill to provide power for a local cotton gin. However, this place is much more than just a beautiful abandoned building by the river. It's a fragment of the remains of a forgotten ghost town that was once known as Oak Forest, Texas. The town's origins are traced back to the 1870s, shortly after the end of the Civil War. A post office opened at Oak Forest in 1877, and it remained in service until 1925.
The old
In
door.
1892, the town's population of 100 had semi-weekly mail delivery and was served by a general store, a wagon maker, a blacksmith, a gym, and a hotel. By 1896, Oak Forest reported 200 residents, including a physician and a music teacher, and a
Really?
community telephone was
Mhm.
located in a J.J. Bradbury's general store. Then there was also this majestic dam and water mill that supplied power for a cotton gin. The mill was damaged in 1935 during a flood and was subsequently rebuilt and repurposed as a hydroelectric power plant. Today, only a few fragments remain of the once bustling community of Oak Forest, including an abandoned general store, several crumbling homes, and the now forgotten former watermill and power plant by the Guadalupe River, which is now completely overgrown and in the process of being consumed by the elements. Number 15. Port Sullivan. Port Sullivan was founded in 1851 on a low bluff by the Brazos River. The town benefited from river navigation and grew to include
Look at
stores,
that.
a sawmill, a college, and eventually a population of over 1,000. In 1843, the steamboat Mustang traveled upriver as far as the bluff, demonstrating the possibility of steam navigation to this point. Steamboats in Galveston advertised that through bills of lading would be issued on shipments up the Brazos to Port Sullivan. By 1852, Port Sullivan had a population of 200, and it boasted 4 stores, 1 circular sawmill, 2 or 3 warehouses, and a post office. Port Sullivan's population probably reached its highest point in the late 1860s. Then, throughout the late 1860s and 1870s, railway construction in the area reduced the importance of steamboat transportation, on
Looks
which
like
Port
it's ready to
Sullivan
fall
was
off.
very dependent. The town declined even further when
How
bypassed by
big it is,
railroads,
though.
and by the
I know.
1890s, the town
Look at
had
that
faded away
cemetery.
completely. Number 14. Old Bluffton. Below Lake Buchanan's beautiful idyllic
Oh, it's
surface
underwater.
hides a dark, watery secret. There is an entire
Yeah.
ghost town sitting at the bottom of the lake. Founded on dry land in 1852, this settlement, known as Bluffton, Texas,
Another one to
was one
add
of
to
the
the
first
list.
towns ever founded in Texas. Hill
Another
Country.
one.
Its post
Whole
office
town
was
underwater.
established
I
in
want to go there.
1873, and by 1883, Bluffton was a lively town supporting many businesses, including hotels, saloons, and a cotton gin. Things were looking up for this modest but growing settlement. However, everything changed with the construction of the Buchanan Dam in the 1930s, which effectively doomed the town of Bluffton to gradually sink and disappear below the waters of the newly formed lake. Thus, families here had to begin preparing for the slow but inevitable rise of the water levels, which would gradually consume their homes, their town, and their very way of life. The old town of Bluffton now lies at the bottom of Lake Buchanan and only becomes visible during times of severe drought. Number 13. Benton City. Benton City was settled in 1876 and was granted a post office that same year. By 1878, the town had a Masonic lodge, the Benton City
Oh.
Institute, and its own newspaper. The Benton City Cemetery was established in 1870, and it contains some fascinating bits of history. Here, at
I
this
like the
abandoned,
old cemeteries
overgrown
like
cemetery,
that. I like
That's
those.
nice.
Yeah.
I like all the old towns. They
Yeah.
look nice.
Yeah.
It's nostalgic.
Stop it just a little bit. Just listen, ma'am. I'm busy.
She's like, well, I want to watch too. I got something to say about it.
she thinks she's got something to say about everything. I know this. I love this kind of stuff too. I was
Yeah,
I was
like
hoping
it.
it'd be a little more haunted, but it's haunting in its own way.
Yeah, and it
Takes-
is. When we went to see Tara, it took us like 2.5 days to get out. And we live
Wow.
at the very end, pretty much, of
Yeah.
where we're at. So to cross all the way to go to Colorado, it took us about 2.5 days. I
Wow.
would think something like that. Feels like 2 days for sure. We had to stop and sleep and do all that.
Oh yes, yeah.
yeah.
When traveling to and from California from Louisiana, it literally took yeah.
Like that's a good point, Tara. Why is there a cage around the grave?
Probably. Well, there's a
They
couple
used to
reasons that
believe that they could come get out and stuff. That they thought they were witches and things like that. They would do
Mhm.
things like that, put spikes and stuff on it so they couldn't get
Mhm.
out.
yeah, grave robbers. They used to do it for
Mhm.
those too.
Yeah.
And they used to
Supernatural and non-supernatural.
yeah animals digging them up. They thought if they
Yeah.
did the cages around there, the animals couldn't dig them up.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's so weird.
Yeah.
Or yeah, that's why. And see, they do that in a lot of like out here. That's not odd to me because here, private cemeteries like that, old family cemeteries like that that I know are around out here by me. A lot of them have cages around
Mm-hmm.
some of the graves, or the whole like family cemetery will be caged in, like fenced in. Like in the middle of a field, it'll be fenced in.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not odd for me to see that, and it being in Texas is
Yeah.
like Louisiana. I mean, it's not.
I was gonna say it's pretty much the same in that
Yeah.
way, like the
Yeah.
beliefs and stuff that they would have carried when they did all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Sometimes people did them for decorations, but back then they did it mainly for a reason. Critters, keep critters out so the critters couldn't dig underneath it. They did it to keep their person there
Yeah,
in their grave. You know, they felt like they couldn't come out of around the cage, and
yeah.
so
They
yeah,
used to put bells on them too because they'd bury them and the people would be alive. Which I still don't know why they didn't just like wait before you'd bury him if that was like a possibility. But they
yeah,
would just put bells on him so they hear the bell ring. That's where
yeah.
that came from.
That's where bell ringers came from.
Hmm.
Yep, yep,
Can
sure
you
is.
imagine though?
I'm like,
Could you
I'm like,
imagine waking up and being
well, my thing is, how were they so out of
so
it that
mad?
you didn't feel a pulse? I mean, like
Yeah.
some
Well,
type of a
I think it is a thing like where you can actually really mistake it, but the thing is like they knew it was a thing. I don't know if I don't think it
yeah,
would have varied that much in time frame of when it could have like
yeah,
okay, like 24 hours have passed, so it definitely can't happen. Or maybe that's
right,
it. Maybe they couldn't figure out, but I don't know. I mean, I just figure if you give it 48 hours at the most, that's why they used to have wakes, and that would be why they would sit them in the
yeah,
in the like in the tables, and people would come see them, and that was part of the reason because they would wait to see if they would wake back up.
right,
So that's
yeah.
why they
And
called it that.
it's like, can't you tell by their skin if they're, they're not the color of their skin that they're no longer, unless it was like unless it was somebody that had like tuberculosis, which their skin was bad,
Yeah.
white anyway, because they
Yeah.
were losing blood and they were pale anyway. But
Right.
other than that, you should be able to tell, I would have thought. But
Yeah.
back then they didn't embalm people either, so it's not
Yeah.
like you would go for that and get poked with something and you'd be up screaming and yelling. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but it happened a lot. So whatever they did, yeah, kind of was confusing for them in some way because it happened
Yeah.
a lot. So
Yeah. Yep. Because there's a story of the girl that was buried, and they tried to get to her, and because one of them had a dream, and they were like, "I don't think she's dead," and they tried to get to her, and her fingers were tore up.
yeah, it was a movie
No,
or like a real
it's
thing.
actually a story, but I
Hmm.
can't remember. It's actually a ghost story, but I can't remember the girl's name, who it was
Yeah.
supposed to be, because she was young.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't think I heard it yet.
I have to look it up.
Yeah, we'll see what that one is.
Yeah.
Lie the remains of pioneers, as well as veterans of Indian warfare, the Civil War, World War I, World War II, and other historical conflicts. Unfortunately, the town suffered a severe financial blow in 1881 when it was
Somebody put
bypassed by the
food on there.
International Great Northern Railroad.
Yeah.
By 1904, the population was down to just over 300 residents, and 10 years later, it was down to 200. The Benton City School closed in the mid-1930s, and today only a few ruins and the Benton City Cemetery are all that's left from Benton's golden age. Number 12. Texon. Deep in the parched, seemingly lifeless deserts of West Texas lie the ruins of a ghost town forgotten by time. It's difficult to believe that about 100 years ago, this was the epicenter of an oil boom, with the settlement housing a population of approximately 1,200. Located about 95
That's
miles
pretty
west
big.
of San Angelo,
Yeah.
Texas, the town of Texon originated around May 28th of 1923, when oil was discovered in the area. The town was named for the Texon Oil and Land Company, which drilled the Santa Rita, the first successful oil well in the Permian Basin. Texon was considered a model oil community, and it boasted a post office, stores, shops, a school, a physician,
with
a
you.
dentist, a hospital, a
Ooh, a
theater, a
dentist.
park, a well-known baseball team, and many facilities
Really?
for
Well-known
recreation.
baseball
As
team.
many as 2,000 people lived here. Boosters claimed up to 10,000, manning the drilling, a gasoline plant, an oil treating plant, and other operations. Eventually, the oil company running the town chose not to maintain Texon any longer, and in 1986, the post office was closed. The site of Texon now remains all but abandoned up to this day.
It's
Number
not the
11,
Rangers,
New
is it?
Gulf.
Texas
The
Rangers?
story of New Gulf begins in
I don't
1909
know.
when the Gulf Sulfur Company was formed to exploit the newly discovered sulfur deposit in the Big Hill Salt Dome near Matagorda, Texas. Besides building a sulfur plant in 1928, the company also built an entire town for its employees and named it New Gulf, Texas. About 400 houses.
It's funny how they do that. These big companies come in here and they build, whether it's sulfur or salt or
Yeah.
sugar cane, and they build all these little towns up with all these houses. They spend all that money and they build all these towns up, and then they just
Yeah.
quit producing whatever they're producing, or it runs out or what, and they just leave whole abandoned.
Yeah, towns.
Yeah, and
So
these people with no jobs.
Yeah, it's the Texan Oilers was the name of the
Oilers,
baseball
okay.
Oilers. So
Well,
kind of
there's
like was it the Houston Oilers? Is that what they used to be
they're a
called?
football team.
Yeah,
The
but this
Houston
one,
Oilers are a baseball team. Yeah.
right? This
Yeah.
one, the Texan Oilers were the baseball team, though.
So now they're the Houston
During the
Oilers. Yeah.
1920s to the 1930s, they were sponsored by Big Lake Oil Company. They were a powerhouse in West Texas, winning several championships, including the 1928 Denver Morning Post Championship.
Nice. How about that? Houston Oilers, which were the Texans. Texans Oilers or Texas Oilers?
The
Either
football
way.
team was if I remember right, it was the Houston Oilers.
Yeah,
I
the football
think.
team was. Didn't
Yeah,
he
the
say
football. This is Texan Oilers, though.
didn't he say
baseball.
baseball though?
No,
Or
that's
did
what I'm
he-
saying. The Texan
Yeah.
Oilers is the baseball. The
Yeah.
other one is the football. But I'm
Yeah.
saying they both used Oilers.
Yeah,
So
the Houston
that means-
Texans is
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
football, and the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, from Dallas. Yeah. But
I'm not a Dallas Cowboy fan.
I don't think many people are really.
For psychic vision, warning the girl is still alive. Oh, is that what that was? Okay. I knew somebody said, yeah.
The one you were talking about?
Yeah.
Didn't it?
Marjorie
Yeah.
McCall from 1705. Okay, that
Okay.
might be. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. The wake. Yeah,
Mhm.
that makes
Yeah, that's
sense
why
why they
called
call it
Yeah,
that.
see if they'd wake up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there was something else, but I can't remember right now what it was. like why they
Heartbeat
call it
slow so drastic that you may miss heartbeat. Some poisons lower the heartbeat too. Okay.
Yeah, and people were poisoned a lot then, so that's
Yeah,
probably
they
why it was
were.
too- a whole lot. Women were
And-
the worst about it.
And they used arsenic. I mean,
Yeah.
that was their
Painful poisoning.
that was their
Well, I mean,
choice.
I
And they would
imagine
do
it's
it
all painful.
they would do it over a period of time. They would for a month or two, they would put it in their food and
Yeah,
their drinks, and they would just slowly.
I used to watch Deadly Women, and that's pretty much
I
all
did
it ever
too.
was. I love Deadly Women. That was a
Yeah.
great show. That's something else.
Yeah.
I was like, I bet you could find that cut up and watch it.
Yeah.
From some
Wow.
channels. But that
Yeah.
one was usually women, and they would rather poison. Well, usually it was like their partners and their children and things like that on those shows.
Mhm. They were doing it for insurance money.
hmm Or just because they wanted to, because it was so early on. Then there was just sick people. Like,
Yeah.
I guess nothing else to do. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, for that too. Yeah,
Sure
Deadly
will
Women.
bend out,
Candace
but more.
DeLong did it. I wonder if they still have new episodes. Probably, I would think
I,
maybe
I
from
would
time
think,
to time.
yeah. I don't know if she's still doing it, but it
Yeah.
would kind of be not the same without her. The one with
Yeah.
the short hair.
Her
'Cause-
voice is what makes it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arsenic's
Arsenic is a
horrible.
horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'd watch it. It would always be these women, and they would always do it to their children a
Mhm.
lot, and like their
Yeah.
neighbors, and so they point because they'd always be the one cooking.
Mhm. And you would think they would taste it, but by the time they started tasting it, it was too late. They had
Yeah.
already gave them too much of it.
Yeah, I don't know how much you would taste it. That would be
Yeah.
interesting to know about arsenic.
Yeah.
Rat poison.
No, ma'am.
with 1, 2, or 3 bedrooms each were constructed here and leased to employees. At the town's zenith, it had as many as 15 businesses. The population of New Gulf peaked in 1940 at 1,586. However, the New Gulf sulfur plant began to decline in the late 1950s and early 1960s, which led to layoffs of New Gulf employees. Today, the New Gulf sulfur plant is all but abandoned, and its nearby former company town of New Gulf is now included in the long list of Texas ghost towns. Number 10, Rainier. The old Rayner Courthouse was built in 1891 in a town that no longer exists called Rayner, Texas. Back then, however, there were big plans for this town, which eventually even became the county seat for a short time. The town had several general stores, a photography studio, a barber shop, a printing shop, and even water hydrants. Eventually, Rayner also received a cotton gin, a grain mill, and a schoolhouse. By 1892, things seemed to be going swimmingly for the new town, and it had actually grown to a population of about 250. However, an election held on June 4th of 1898 saw the nearby town of Aspermont become the new county seat by a vote of 145 to 114, spelling the beginning of the end for the town of Rayner. Most Rayner businesses soon moved to Aspermont, and this town rapidly declined. The post office was discontinued.
Wow, look at those.
Yeah.
Those are
It'd be
just
interesting if someone were to go in there and clean them all off, like what it would look like for some of them.
Yeah. Have you seen the guy on TikTok that washes graves, headstones?
No, I haven't. I know there's some, and then like some of them got like a lot of backlash because they weren't using the right materials. But like some of them go on there now and they promote like cleaning them with the right materials. But I haven't seen it though.
He does it by himself.
Yeah.
And he does it. It looks like he's just using soap and water, but I don't know. And he runs a spirit box.
Oh, really?
While he's cleaning it, and he'll do it live. And
yeah.
He was doing it the other day, and he was getting like, John's washing again. Like he's washing the grocery. And he was washing a little kids, and the little voice said, "I'm lonely."
Oh.
And and then some of them will say thank you. And he's not even touching the box. He's you see him actually washing the headstones. It's really neat to sit and watch him wash them. Yeah. Oh, it has no taste? I didn't know that.
It probably would have to, because the amount that they would use, like you never heard anybody complaining of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. When added to, and that's why they always put it in the food.
Mm-hmm. I hate the one where the girl cleans them but paints stuff on them. Oh, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
That is disrespectful. You shouldn't be painting anybody's stuff.
Yeah. Not great.
Expensive.
Continued on June 30th of 1906, and by 1910, the town was largely abandoned. Little remains of Rayner now except for its old courthouse and the Rayner Cemetery. Number 9, Glen Rio. Glen Rio is a forgotten ghost town that straddles both sides of the state line dividing Texas and New Mexico. The community was founded as a railroad town in 1903 on what used to be part of the Ozark Trail, which eventually transformed into the historical Route 66. By the 1930s, U.S. Route 66 was a paved two-lane road served locally by several filling stations, a restaurant, and a motel. And the road was even widened in the 1950s. A Texaco station and a diner were constructed on the Texas side of the town using the Art Moderne architectural style. Faced with this modest but locally significant economic boom, it must have looked like this town might be going places. However, in 1955, the small town suffered a blow when the Rock Island Depot was closed. A few years later, Glen Rio's fatal blow came in 1975, when the town was bypassed by Interstate 4, thus doomed to extinction. The remains of the town now include the ruins of the Courtyard Motel and related Texas Longhorn Cafe and Phillips 66 service station, the post office, the old Route 66 roadbed, a few homes, and several other crumbling structures. Number 8, Fowlerton. Fowlerton is named for two brothers who settled the
community. That one would have been neat to just walk through.
Yeah.
That one had a lot of buildings left in it that you
it did. The hotel and the cafe one would have been neat.
Yeah, that would have been neat to go through, because
those were pretty big looking rooms too, for the ones that look like they might have been possibly the hotel or the motel. I think it said rooms, but they looked like a pretty good size. I bet you they were nice then.
Yeah,
even the cafe.
The cafe building actually had cafe still on it.
Mm-hmm. I like places like that, like old diners and cafes.
Yeah, those are neat.
Yeah.
1910. Things looked promising at the beginning. They had a river for irrigation and a railroad to take produce to the market. By October 1911, the town included 2 hotels and 3 stores, as well as telephones, miles of streets, and 1,200 Fowlerites. By 1914, nearly 2,000 people were comfortably enjoying life here by the Frio River. However, after 1917, a severe drought set the entire area behind, and people started moving to greener and wetter pastures. By 1949, the population had declined to only 300 residents, and by the mid-1960s, it was only 200. Now, all that's left of this once up-and-coming town are a few rough streets and the abandoned ruins of a church, the school, and several crumbling homes. Number 7. Frio City. Deep in the vast, parched emptiness of the Texas desert lies a crumbling jail that housed many famous
that's neat.
and infamous names. But this isn't just a building. These are the remnants of an entire lost Texas ghost town named Frio City, which was frequented at times by several
Oh, with the
historical
jail
characters,
things in there. That's
including
neat.
the infamous
The
That's
jail.
cool. Yeah, the little prison bars on the wall or the window.
I wonder if he's going to tell us who
outlaws
was jailed there.
themselves.
Oh, there we
Yes.
go. Ah, Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
Because Bonnie and Clyde are like from me. About 2 hours from me is where Bonnie and Clyde was killed,
Oh, really? That's cool.
and they have a Bonnie and Clyde museum here,
hmm
and it's there, not here where I live, but
Yeah.
2 hours away, and it's it was the restaurant they stopped in to get a sandwich. And so part of it, one side of it, he actually the guy that restored it, he restored the restaurant part. He didn't have it restored when we first got here, but since we've lived back here, he has restored the restaurant side, so you can go in there and like actually order the sandwich that
Yeah.
she ordered that day. And then the other side is the museum, and it's got anything that has to do with Bonnie and Clyde. It's in there.
Cool.
It is a really cool, and we've been I can't 4 or 5 times because we like going, and he has updated it, and changed some things. But we had family come and they wanted to go, and we went and we were going to eat in the restaurant. It was closed,
Oh no.
so we didn't get to
Isn't
eat
it?
there.
I say, isn't it always when you want to go show somebody?
Yeah, but down from there, if you keep going down from there, there's also they got a monument out where Bonnie and Clyde was shot and where they were ambushed.
Yeah.
The spot they were ambushed in. So there's the original stone is there that they put up, marker that they put up for them, but it's been chipped off of. People have chipped pieces of it off. They wrote on it. They leave coins. They leave money.
Yeah.
They leave jewelry. They leave all kinds of stuff at the marker for Bonnie and
Yeah.
Clyde. So it's gotten so bad they had to make a new one. So they've got the old one there and they've got the new one there.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
when I go there, I try to go and try to run the spirit box just a little bit just to see what I get. But I
Yeah.
don't get to run it long because it's a busy place and
It's a
people
bit,
are there
yeah, a lot going on.
aggravating. So I have to leave. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I know they were outlaws and I know they were murderers and all that such, but I still think they could have taken them in without doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I'm
just
sure
my
they could.
opinion on that. but
Yeah.
I
Possibly.
didn't
I
mean
don't
to
know a
get
whole
on
lot
Bonnie
about
and
the
Clyde.
story of it other than just like the
Fine.
basics of what you're told. Yeah. But
Yeah.
possibly.
There's a lot of pictures of her when she was young, and they've got tons of pictures in there. I mean, when you leave there, you'll know about you'll know the story of Bonnie and Clyde, and
Yeah.
even though they were criminals, I mean, and
Yeah.
they did commit bad things. I still don't think they deserved what they got. I think there was a way to take them in.
Yeah.
Their buddy, their friend ended up ratting them out.
Oh, okay.
He
I
went to
didn't know.
he went to the sheriff and the people that was looking for him, and he's like, I can get them for you.
Yeah.
Because Bonnie and Clyde was loyal to their friends, and
Right.
he knew that if he pretended he had a flat tire, they would stop and help him,
Yeah.
and that's what he did. and that's what they did. And
Yeah.
when they they stopped to help him with the flat tire, and they were getting ready to get out, and they were ambushed. So
Yeah.
they were criminals, and yes, they should be put in prison. But
Yeah. You just wish they had done it the right way.
yeah, I mean, they don't even do the worst of the worst like that. They don't even do pedophiles that way. They don't even do serial killers that way.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
right, you're right. That's right. They didn't. Yeah,
Evil people. Yeah.
yeah. So
Uh,
I don't know. That's just my little. People always look at me.
she was
like,
short. She was tiny.
yeah, she was little.
And so was
Bonnie
he. But yeah,
yeah,
so she
yeah,
was too. So that would have been a big difference for her. Yeah. Height wise.
yeah, yeah. And people always look at me like, "What's wrong with you? They were criminals. They were terrible people. They shot a law enforcement. I mean, I never said that what they did was right, and I don't believe that. But I don't think you had to shoot them over 30 times in a vehicle sitting still. They were sitting still, and your friend dimes you out. So how about that?
Yeah.
So
Excessive force.
right, yeah. So yes, it was.
Yeah. Don't they still have it like displayed?
They don't have it here in this museum. It was in Vegas at one time, but I don't know where it's at now. There is a replica here of the car with the same as how theirs looked, but the original one was in Vegas. I don't know where it's at now.
Oh, okay. I'll say I feel like I saw it when I was in Vegas for some reason.
Yeah,
but maybe I was watching something and I thought, but I know. I mean, we went to Vegas, so we went to all those museums, so it might have been there.
There was a movie filmed here. What was it called? It was about Bonnie and Clyde. I'll think of it in a minute.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the name of the movie too. I can't remember it.
And they were here for a while filming that. And there's pictures of them also in the Bonnie and Clyde Museum. Here, Kevin Costner was here. He was in it. He was in the movie. Kevin Costner is and the guy that runs the museum of Bonnie and Clyde. He said that Kevin Costner was so nice.
Really?
He's a really down to earth, nice guy. He'll talk to you. He'll sit and talk with you. He's not Holly weird. He's not none of that. He's like he was like a real he's a real cool guy to talk to. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often, so that's nice.
No, me either. You got friends like him. Who needs enemies? I mean,
yeah, right.
Just like I can get them to stop. I'll just pretend.
I'm sure there's money involved. It usually is.
Oh
in
yeah,
a situation like that,
Oh yeah, like and I'm sure he had probably helped Bonnie and Clyde do something.
Yeah.
Illegal, and so he probably got let go. Okay, well we'll let you
go if you give them us. Yeah,
you give them up. Narc back in the back in those days there was even narcs. Yeah.
Bonnie and Clyde. Frio City was originally laid out by A.L. Odin in 1871, and it became the first county seat of Frio County on that very same year. The first Frio County courthouse was built in 1872, and not long after that, this now abandoned stone jail was also built. The jail eventually came to house several famed outlaws, such as Sam Bass, Jesse James, Frank James, and writer William Sidney Porter.
That's neat. Did you hear that? Jesse James, Sam Bass.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah.
Frio County Courthouse was built in 1872, and not long after that, this now abandoned stone jail was also built. The jail eventually came to house several famed outlaws, such as Sam Bass, Jesse James, Frank James, and writer William Sidney Porter, also known by his pen name, O. Henry. Bonnie and Clyde are also known to have frequented the town to buy groceries and perform other errands, and it's said that their hideout was located nearby. By the 1880s, Frio Town was still thriving, with its population hovering close to 1,500. However, Frio City was bypassed by the railroad, a fatal blow from which it would never recover. By 1890, the population had fallen to 100, and by 1990, all that remained of the once bustling Frio city was the Frio Town Cemetery and the ruins of the original courthouse and jail, now on private property, as well as some foundations
Oh,
and
neat.
stone
Okay.
chimneys of the homes of the original settlers. Number 6. Catarina. Welcome to the remains of another town forgotten by time. This is the
That's
ghost town
neat.
of Catarina. The name of Catarina has been associated with the region since at least 1778. Legend holds that it's the name of a Mexican woman killed by Indians in the area. By 1910, there was a small community at the location. Soon, a bunkhouse, a commissary, a hotel, and a post office were built. In addition, a few blocks past the antique store is the partially overgrown Catarina School. By 1929, Catarina had between 1,000 and 2,500 residents, a
Wow,
bank,
that's big.
at least 2 grocery stores, a lumber company, and a bakery. However, short supplies of water, marketing problems, and the Great Depression slowly but surely drained the town's population. By 1931, the population had dropped to 592, and many of its businesses had been forced to close. By 1990, the population had dropped down even further to 45. Today, this town's main residents are only the deer, rabbits, snakes, and other wildlife that roam freely
Aw.
throughout the desolate dirt
babies.
roads of Catarina. Number 5. Indianola. The port city of Indianola was founded in August of 1846,
It's underwater. You
initially
should know
named
the one.
Indian Port. In a short time, Indianola achieved the rank of the second port of Texas, rivaling the likes of Galveston and New Orleans. With a population of more than 5,000, Indianola was at the peak of her prosperity when it was suddenly struck by a severe hurricane in 1875. The town was rebuilt, but then almost immediately obliterated by the hurricane of August 20th of 1886 and the accompanying fire. The damage was so severe that by 1887, the site had been abandoned. Today, under the murky water of Matagorda Bay, you can sometimes spot the faint outline of a shadowy
Look at that.
structure. No, you're not seeing things. This is the legendary sunken courthouse of Indianola, which was lost beneath the waves close to a century ago. These very walls that we're now exploring provided men, women, and children with a reliable shelter from the relentless, cruel winds of Mother Nature, saving their lives. Although most of the building has long since crumbled away, you can still see the distinct outline of what's left of its outer walls and even some of its interior walls. Number 4, Silver. The story of Silver, Texas begins with its founding in the 1870s as a humble ranching town. A Thomas J. Wiley established the first post office in 1890, and a one-room school opened in the community that same year. At this point, Silver was still a very small town on the map, with a reported population of only 10 from 1910 to 1940. However, in 1946, the Sun Oil Company discovered oil on an Allen Jameson's property, about a mile from the town's schoolhouse, and they moved quickly to
Them are
cash
some
in.
pretty
By
big
July of
buildings.
1949,
Yeah,
the
they are.
company had
They're pretty big. Those are pretty
Yeah.
big. I have to
There's a lot
stop
of
it.
stuff. Still standing.
The car is on display for free at Whiskey Pete's Hotel and Casino and Primm, Nevada. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Near the Las Vegas border. Okay. You know that jail is haunted. I know. Even though it doesn't have any walls on it. It's still
You
haunted.
don't need any walls.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I
Linger.
bet the buildings will show up more now that the water levels are so low. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty neat that you could still see it, even though with the camera
Yeah, that was.
barely, but it was so murky. But I mean, you could still see it.
Yeah, most of it is murky like that.
Yeah, and that water isn't Russian water, so it's going to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's everything's. It's like a toilet bowl.
Yeah.
At least over here it is in the bay.
Yep, doesn't move.
Not much.
established
It's nice-
59
it's nice
producing
sometimes.
oil wells in
It's nice sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not like constant moving though.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's like the water here in places. Yeah, in
Yeah.
the swamp because it doesn't move in the swamp.
Yeah.
the Jameson oil field. Before long, Silver became one of the county's largest towns, with an estimated 1,000 residents, most of them living in camps established by the oil company. The small school was replaced by a $1 million complex, while the town also had 3 churches, a company recreation hall, 2 cafes, a gasoline station, and a grocery store. However, in the mid-1960s, oil production in the field began to decline, and the Sun Oil Company discontinued most of its operations in the area. Thus, slowly but surely, most of the houses and businesses at the town were deserted. left behind to be reclaimed by the elements. Today, ominous, haunting, and bullet-riddled structures litter the ghost
Bullet
town's
riddle.
ruins,
Look at
with
that.
vegetation having almost completely engulfed many of the buildings. Number 3,
Handicap.
Shafter. The ghost town of Shafter, Texas is a classic example of life after people, with dozens or even hundreds of crumbling buildings, roads, and mines hidden away in the wild mountains of West Texas. The town was founded before 1885. In the early 1900s, 6 silver mines were in operation near Shafter, while the town itself was booming, with a population as high as 4,000 in 1940. However, in the 1940s, local businesses faced increased production costs, a shortage of miners, and attempts to unionize the workforce, and they were eventually compelled to shut down their operation. Today, the site is all but abandoned. Many of the buildings, decades or even centuries old, seem to have been frozen in time, providing a stunning sight to behold as they blend in with the wild, rugged mountain ranges in the background.
They
Number
do.
2, Villa de
Yeah.
la Mina. Deep in the arid deserts of West Texas
Where do
lies
you
a
say?
hidden gem with deep historic
So
roots.
Marina,
Villa de la
Marina.
Mina is an entire abandoned 62-acre settlement that was originally founded in the 1900s.
Is that a pool?
Around the villa, you'll find about 20 buildings still standing, each one with rock walls and cement floors. In
Yeah,
addition, this
it
site
is.
also sits on an extensive network of lost mines and caverns, including the largest mine in the region, which still contains the remains of an old railroad track heading right into its entrance. During its prime, Villa de la Mina was a thriving mining hub with its own jail, feed and grain store, dynamite shack, and cantina. Some of the other buildings and amenities in the Villa de la Mina included a 2-story hotel, private cabins, several fireplaces, and a pool. In addition, there are also reminders that the villa was built 100 years ago, such as the reptile holding tank, a reinforced door dynamite shack, and an outdoor oven. However, those are just the buildings near the center of the town. The surroundings of this lost ghost town also include the remains of its abandoned mine, riddled with a vast network of shafts, some of which extend into a massive subterranean cavern system.
Look at them
Number
holes
1,
in the ground.
Terlingua. Terlingua
Yeah.
is a one-of-a-kind ghost town in the United States.
That's your
In the
number one.
mid-1880s, the discovery of cinnabar, from which the metal mercury is extracted, brought miners to the area, creating a city of 2,000 people. The community of Terlingua grew up around the mining industry, and the local inhabitants of this once thriving town had a company-owned commissary and hotel, excellent housing for the time, a school, a company doctor, telephone service, a dependable water supply, and 3 times a week mail delivery. Prior to the use of mechanized vehicles in the early 1930s, the mule-drawn wagon trains that delivered the quicksilver to the railroad at Alpine and Marathon also kept the settlement well supplied. However, after falling quicksilver prices forced the local mines to close by 1947, the population fell dramatically, leaving a population of just close to 78 today. Nowadays, for the most part, the only remnants of Terlingua's glory days are countless abandoned buildings, several abandoned mines, and the Terlingua Cemetery, with its earliest grave dating
Always
back
the
to
cemetery.
1903, when the
Yeah.
cinnabar mining operations began. Truly, the town of Terlingua is a place unlike any other, where you can go back in time and immerse yourself in a wilder era when settlers, outlaws, and cowboys of the Old West roamed through these very streets. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure.
Have you been
Please
to
keep in mind.
well, I was gonna say, have you been to any of those places? You're not near any of those places, are
No,
you?
I'm not near any of them, and I really haven't heard of them. Probably just because they're not inhabited. It doesn't sound
Yeah.
like most of the ones this person had brought up. So no, I haven't been to none of them.
Or saying they're not near you.
No, not really. I didn't see one that was that close.
Let's see. Okay. This is this is the terrifying one. Are y'all ready to be let's see how terrifying it is. This is most amazing top 10 channel. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Let me get over here. I gotta bring it up. Hold on.
Okay.
Get over here. Share my
I'm gonna be right
screen.
back while you bring that up. I'll be right
Okay.
back.
Yes. This is that was so weird. Maybe I was hearing Megan do something. Maybe I'm gonna ask Megan because I just heard something. Let's see. Where are we at? Oh, bullet riddles. Yeah, at the same time. I don't remember what ghost towns I went to with my dad, but he loved them. I do remember parking the car and walking really far in a desert like areas. I see why now, right? Because they're like out in the middle of nowhere, aren't they? I'm sure that guy had walked a lot too. It took me a few minutes, but I finally found it. Happy Easter, Megan chat. I hope y'all made great memories in the last lifetime. Wouldn't you love? Thank you. Most. I'm not near any of these places either. Okay. It seems like they're like close to water, close to the coast, close to the water. You know. Hold on. I just disappeared. There we go. I'm back. Megan's smile when you said terrifying. She's ready. Yeah. Hope you're wearing stretch pants. Did I miss anything else? Let's see. Nope, I think I caught everybody's. This one, let me see how long this one is. Close this one out. I need this one. This one is 29 minutes.
Okay. Sorry, I thought I'd turn it back on.
No, you're good. Did you just knock on something?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think so, because the mic was muted, so you wouldn't have been able to hear it.
Okay.
Why, you heard something knocking there?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I know, because it was muted.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have been able to hear it.
Yeah, I heard. Just like that. And I'm like,
the cat's messing with you.
no, one's right here and the other one's over there and the other one's up there. This was clearly Knox.
Yeah.
Knox, that's what it clearly was not.
It was 3 of them?
3 of them, yeah.
Oh, great. That's fun.
I don't know. They probably seen my face when I stopped and started looking around because it was clear. I heard them clearly.
Yeah.
I heard them. Yeah. Yeah. It probably is a Sprite because
It's a Sprite.
them little fellas. But Austin, Texas is about 3 to 4 hours north of me. Okay.
Oh, this is the Driscoll Hotel. Okay.
Mm-hmm. These are supposedly, let me read the thing, places that are pure evil and y'all don't want to go to. If you live in Texas, that's what it says.
These are ones I don't want to go to. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to go.
Which makes me want to go. So
it makes you. I know. It makes you want to go when they say,
want
"Don't go here." And this is also the most amazing top 10 places.
Okay.
So same one we just listened to, I think.
Okay.
All right, here we go. And it's brought. Let me get on this thing here. There we go. Make it big.
Okay.
In Texas, this one seems to top many lists for the most ghostly activity. Most of this seems to stem from the very chilling stories of room 525. In the 1880s, there was a young couple that was having their wedding at the hotel, or at least that was the plan. The groom got cold feet and left the bride at the altar. Now, heartbroken, she ran upstairs to their suite, room 525, and took her own life. And it said she still walks the halls in her long white gown. But that isn't the end of the story. Because in 1991, another bride was spurned at the altar. And after going on a shopping spree with the groom's stolen credit card, she too returned to room 525 and took
with the groom's stolen credit card. That what you said?
Yeah, with her husband's stolen credit card. It's her husband. but it
Okay.
is stolen, and
Yeah.
they made that clear.
Yeah, that's
He
kind of
didn't give
weird.
his wife permission to use that credit card.
I guess so.
We're
I mean,
married long enough.
if they're married and it's his card, I mean,
Yeah. It's a lot,
so I
yeah.
guess there's just another charge to give her.
Yeah, right.
It's
We
not-
need something else to charge her with.
Let's catch this other charge here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her own life. Since then, guests have seen her
Oh,
carrying a pistol
that's her?
and walking into the room,
Carrying a pistol.
all without ever opening the door. So don't stay in room 525 or you
Alright.
may never check out. There's also an eerie painting that's said to be inhabited by the spirit of a young girl, the daughter of a senator, whose expression seems to change on its own. People who view the painting have said that they feel like they were floating off of the ground, though they remained on the floor. They also say that their equilibrium and balance was off for a few hours after looking at her. Number 9, USS Lexington, Corpus Christi. Now, before I tell you about this spooky ship, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you can
I
catch
like
all
the
of our
ships.
amazing.
Because when we lived in North Carolina, we were stationed there. We went to the USS. Gosh, which one was it? I can't remember. But we toured it, and they are tight. I mean,
Yeah. They
they're
are.
tight. I mean,
Yeah.
I did pretty good to be claustrophobic. I did pretty good.
Yeah,
But-
they are squeezed. Like you have to squeeze
But
in
they
real
are
tight.
they're neat if you can, if they're retired and you can go on them. And this
Yeah.
one was supposed to be a haunted one too, and it was pretty cool. We took a lot of pictures, and I did get like some, like when you're taking that, because a lot of stuff was behind glass,
Mm-hmm.
so you
Yeah,
can't
so you
touch
can't
it
touch
like
it.
the rooms and stuff. And
Yeah.
if you took a picture, you could kind of see a blurry
Like a
like
orb
image
type
there
thing.
on the side of you, and
Yeah.
nobody was, because I would make everybody move from behind me when I took the picture
Yeah.
in case that happened. I was like, no, you're gonna move in case there's in case I catch something,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so there was quite a bit of those. It was really neat though. So
Yeah.
if you can actually tour a haunted one, that is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we used to have them here. Again, they took us to all those places for like school field trips. So there'd be
Yeah.
a bunch of kids like shoving you because you get scared,
Yeah.
So it's like we have all these kids like shoving you through these
Yeah.
tiny doorways, and there's nowhere to really go. But you have
Right.
a whole like class of like 7 kids or like 7-year-old kids screaming. So
Yeah.
it was always fun. It was
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
but that's where I
And
remember going.
And the teachers are like, I got to hear this again,
Yeah, I don't even think they'd
Yeah.
go in with us. They were probably just let us go in with a tour person. Probably, I don't know. Like one teacher probably volunteered. 'Cause there
Yeah.
was so much kids screaming that they couldn't
Yeah.
take it.
They're like, forget it.
Yeah, they're like, it's your turn.
They do have overnight haunted tours at the Lexington. Okay.
Okay,
See, there you go. Yeah.
staying in there, that would be creepy.
Mm-hmm.
videos. As a naval vessel that saw actual battle, there have been multiple lives that were lost on board, including that of an engine room operator who still roams the ship at night, waiting for the battle to end. The crew of the ship have often reported flickering lights and doors slamming on their own, which, given that this is a very well-maintained historical site, you'd think that they would have found the cause by now. Maybe it's just the ghosts of sailors lost to time. Coming in at number 8, we have the Marfa Lights in, you guessed it, the town of Marfa. While there is so much beauty in the area and plenty of non-spooky
Is
reasons
this
to visit,
alien?
the main tourist
Looks like it.
attraction to this quaint little town are floating, sourceless lights that seem to change color and even move in the night sky. Many visitors make the journey at all times of year to see the lights, and there's even a yearly festival made in their honor.
Okay.
Reported since 1883 by people of all ages and professions, no one knows what these floating orbs are. They appear at random, but usually in the same area of the sky. And since there's so much open space and low light pollution, it's perfect for stargazing, or seeing spooky orbs, I guess. Some say that these lights are UFOs, some say spirits, and others think that they're just headlights. All that I know is that if I see a
Headlights in the
mysterious
sky?
floating orb, I'm going the other way. Number 7, Woman Hollering Creek, San Antonio. Said to
I
be
mean, headlights in the sky? How you going to have headlights in the sky?
Unless it's a hill country town, I don't know where they are.
It's like,
But I hear him say that, so
Yeah, he's like, some people say they're headlights. Well, not in the sky. They ain't headlights. Wait, what are y'all drinking?
In the middle of nowhere, probably a lot.
They're probably not going to be
They're in the middle
headlights.
of nowhere, so they probably drink a lot.
mean-
There's nothing else to do.
I would buy UFO. I mean, we don't know everything that flies in the sky. I don't care what people say.
Yeah.
And I would 100% say it could be orbs and spirits, but headlights in the sky? Headlights on what?
Yeah.
It would have to be a UFO. Therefore, it would be a UFO.
It's their headlights.
Right.
So it's headlights, it's theirs.
Right. I don't. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny. Woman
Yeah.
hollering creek.
Mm-hmm. San Antonio.
You've heard of this one?
I feel like I have. I've been to San Antonio. I haven't been there, but I feel like I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The home of La Llorona, or the Weeping Woman, this creepy creek leaves anyone who visits with a sense of dread. As the story goes,
Creepy
La
creek?
Llorona was a woman who was distraught that her once doting, affectionate husband left her for another woman. And after confronting him and leaving the confrontation with cuts and bruises, she waded into the water, dressed in her best clothes, and drowned herself in the creek. Right after doing the same to the rest of her family. Her chilling screams for her children can be heard all the way from the highway, giving her and the creek its very apt name. Many people have felt themselves being drawn towards the water by ghostly voices, and some have even been tugged towards the bank of the creek. Perhaps it's La Llorona looking for her next victim. The screams heard and feelings of being pulled into the water have mostly been reported by younger people, making this all the more terrifying, given what La Llorona did. Number 6.
So they actually named it that
Mhm.
because there's been so many sightings, there's so many reports. Is that why they actually named it that? I wonder.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's probably why. Yeah, if they've had enough of them.
Because
And-
you normally don't. People they don't normally give in to paranormal stuff like that. They don't
Yeah,
normally
well, I
name
think it's-
something.
I think it's probably
Yeah.
the area believes in it a lot, and it's probably a big part
Yeah.
of their like they probably like it and like their lore and things like that. You know,
Yeah, it's
'cause
like
I
an
think a lot of-
attraction.
Yeah, because I think a lot of places around here kind of are like that. I would
Yeah.
think, especially San Antonio, because it's a lot more of like kind of Hispanic families, and they really do kind of like they believe in that.
Yeah.
Like all
Yeah.
that kind of spiritual stuff. So
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Louisiana's kind of like that too. I mean,
That's what I was gonna say.
yeah, it's so it wouldn't be for me. It wouldn't be odd to see that either. But I think a lot of when there's these bridges. You know how many bridges there are covered? Used to be a covered bridge or places that they call it that, but they don't name it that. It's like it's a legend, and
Yeah.
nobody can say this really happened here, and they don't want to name it nothing like that. They want to kind of stay away from that.
Yeah.
But so it's kind of refreshing for people to really
Yeah.
just kind of admit, okay, yeah, this happens, and we're gonna
Yeah.
give
I
it a
think it's
name.
kind of like that town probably embraced it almost like
Yeah.
how people of Salem would embrace like the witch trial kind of thing and how they kind
Yeah.
of have everything named out. I think there's a lot of towns in Texas where they kind of like do that.
Yeah,
They'll take on whatever the history is of that town and make it like a big
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Like all the restaurants, businesses, everything's themed after its street names, things like that.
yeah, just like Point Pleasant. I mean,
Mhm. Yeah.
with the Mothman. I mean, why not?
Yeah. I mean, might as well.
I mean, it's the legend is there. I
Yeah.
mean, people
Yeah.
listen to it. That's a scary
Exactly.
Creek lady. That is a scary Creek lady.
Yeah, the lights were from Marfan. I think that's how you pronounced it, Marfan. But yeah, that was what it was, Tara.
This is a movie about this woman. My mother used to scare me with that story. Okay. Do you know what the name of the movie is? The Ring? No, it's probably not The Ring. It's probably not The Ring. That might be a good movie. Well, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know that I'd want to see her taking out her family.
Yeah.
The story that you can hear crying for a child, it originated in Mexico. I was
Yeah.
wondering if it kind of originated there because and I don't know what documentary it's on or what scary thing it's on, but that there's like the screaming lady. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
it's like screeching, screaming
Yeah,
really loud,
like a
and
wailing.
somebody's actually got it on a video, and they said that is
That sound, yeah.
that's what the story originated from, and I was
Right.
kind of like, well, that kind of sounds like the one in Mexico. So I was
Yeah.
kind of wondering if they were related.
Yeah, I think it kind of follows a certain culture, really. Is what I guess I was saying about it too. It's within the
Hmm.
culture, so that's how that kind of happens, I think, too.
Yeah, is Denton, Texas, with the Goatman's Bridge? Is that where the boy where the light comes down the bridge? Like it's like a train, almost like a train light, and it comes down the bridge, and you're attracted to it, and you go up there, and then you get.
Oh yeah, that's what she said. It's I
Can't,
haven't heard of it though, but she said it's something about lights.
okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
What
it
was it
was scary.
on? Yeah, what was it on, Tara?
Yeah, do you remember? La La
Yeah,
Land
that's the
is the
name of
name of.
it. I couldn't
Oh,
think of the
that's the
name
name
of
of
it.
the.
That's
Okay,
the like law. I don't know if that's the name. Oh, that is the name of the movie. Okay, if
okay,
that's what they call her.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard of Goatman's Bridge. Yep,
I haven't.
yeah,
I have to look it up.
yeah. And I don't think you can get on that bridge anymore.
Probably not.
I think it's if I'm not mixing the stories up with another one, I think an old bridge is there, but the new one is beside it.
Oh,
If I'm,
okay.
like they built a new one
Yeah.
alongside because they have to replace those after a while.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they're doing the ones over here. I guess they're almost done. They've been
Paso High
Oh,
School.
replacing.
sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
No, that's fine. I was just saying they're replacing the ones over here too. Yeah,
Yeah,
bridges.
because they're not unsafe and they have to redo them. Yeah,
They're rotten.
yeah, yeah. Rotten is the right word.
Yeah.
Now, when you're thinking of haunted places, a school isn't exactly the first place that comes to mind, but this one has quite a story. In 1985, the graduating class received their yearbooks, and when basking in the nostalgia of their group photo, they noticed something odd. A woman who no one could identify was in the picture with them. Now, obviously, that would be quite concerning. I know I'd be freaked out if there was someone I'd never seen before standing next to me in a picture. The blurry apparition still has not been identified to this day, but some think it's a student who fell from a window years before who never got to graduate. I say give her the diploma. She's already in the yearbook. Sticking in El Paso.
Really? She's already in the yearbook. That was kind of rude. No, that was funny. Okay. Yeah. What ruined Goatman Bridge was Zach Bacon's film there and picked him up. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people have done. I do remember being on the bridge then, but there wasn't any lights there. I don't think.
Yeah.
He landed 300 feet away. Knocked the breath out of him. I missed
Yeah.
something.
The person, the Zach, whatever. The comment before, I think is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Marvin.
And he landed 30 feet away. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and it picked him up and okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm picking it up now. Sorry.
Yeah. I know they should make it to where you could put like the whole, like there's a timeout of like letters and stuff. So then you have to like break your message up.
Yeah, so it doesn't break it up. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have to listen to all this tonight. We can cut it at any point. Just let me know when you're tired and we can cut it. It's got
how much is left of it?
25 minutes.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, about 25 minutes. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So if you want to go like halfway and stop, or you want to go,
fine.
You want to go a couple of more and stop. That's
we'll just try to do like maybe halfway and.
Okay.
Okay.
How many of them total is 10? Oh, we're at halfway.
Oh, this is halfway. Oh, okay. Well, whatever you want to do.
I wonder why it's so much left.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just go see how much of this one
we'll
next
see
one
how,
is. Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
In our number 5 spot is the Plaza Theater Performing Arts Center. As someone who loves the theater, I try to see as many shows as I can, but I think I'll skip visiting this theater, no matter how good the production is. Built in 1930 as a movie house,
That's pretty.
demolished for a parking lot in the late 80s, and rebuilt as a live theater space, this building has seen many, many changes, but some things have stayed constant throughout its history. Many workers of the building have reported seeing a man in one of the box seats, in a tuxedo, smoking a cigarette. One crew member recalls seeing him after turning on the stage lights, sitting alone in the box, as though he'd been there for hours already before the lights came on. And when she saw the smoking man, he turned to her and said, "We all have our time to die," and then threw himself headfirst over the balcony, vanishing before he could hit the ground. A former vice president of the theater also recalls seeing a ghostly girl bouncing a ball in the aisles of the theater and always staring. He also noticed that there was a rag doll that seemed to appear and disappear on its own, moving to locations that it couldn't have without someone's help. Even locked doors didn't seem to stop it from appearing in the projection booth. Number 4, Yorktown Memorial Hospital. Established in 1951, this abandoned hospital has been named one of the most haunted places in America. And since over
I like haunted theaters too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few. I
Yeah.
haven't seen too many on those yet. Ironically enough, I've seen a lot on the ambulances. I haven't seen too much on theaters though.
Yeah, they're the few I've seen, I've liked. It was
Yeah, I
like,
would think it's supposed to be like the people who perform there and stuff are the ones who like maybe haunt it like the
Yeah.
most, I think.
yeah,
Like the Grand Ole Opry and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
2,000 patients are said to have died within its walls before it shuttered its doors in 1992. I can see why. Reports of apparitions of people in hospital gowns running through the corridors or hiding in rooms are numerous, along with moving wheelchairs, disembodied voices, and footsteps. But there are some who have even more chilling stories.
Oh.
While exploring the halls and rooms that have remained largely untouched since its closure, some ghost hunters have been touched, had their clothes tugged on, or even pushed to the ground while being given a ghostly warning.
Look at that mannequin
Some of
up
the
there.
spirits are believed to be
Yeah.
that of patients who had illegal medical experiments performed on them and lost their lives in the process, making for a very vengeful ghost. Number 3, the Screaming Bridge in Arlington. On the night of February 4th, 1961, 6 from the local high school were taking a drive after seeing a movie earlier in the evening. While driving down Bedford Road toward the rail crossing bridge, which had mysteriously been burned down a few years previous, only rebuilt earlier that year, they were startled by another car reversing and honking its horn wildly. This caused the driver to speed up out of fear, and not realizing that the bridge was out, the car careened over the edge and crashed into the other side of the ravine. Unfortunately, 3 of them lost their lives that night, and their screams of terror can still be heard by anyone traveling the renamed Greenbelt Road. The saddest part of this story is that the car that startled them was being driven by a man who had just barely avoided going over the edge of the broken bridge himself, and he was reversing and honking to warn them of the danger ahead.
Oh
The
man.
entire area, now known as Death Crossing, is now blocked off and no traffic travels through. At number 2 on our list, we have La Carafe in Houston. This historic bar, built originally as a bakery,
Houston is huge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's big. Yeah, it's kind of big. So it could take like an hour and a half to 2 hours to get across it sometimes if you want to go for all the way from one side to the other. It can, I believe. Yeah. I know it takes us an hour and a half to get there to go some of the places you want to go, and that's not even completely downtown, I don't believe.
And you got to really want to be able to want to go
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah.
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 It's really busy. It's kind of like
Yeah.
it to me, it's equivalent if you're driving in New York kind of busyness.
Oh.
And I don't like that. So I don't go there much. My sister lives there, but I don't like going there.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no, Elsie, it's okay. You're good.
Yeah. We're all just
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
We're all just
Yeah.
looking.
We're gonna probably about 10 more minutes, and we're gonna
Mhm.
end it because it's getting late for everybody.
Yeah.
My son has a friend who has a ghost hunting group, and they went to Yorktown Hospital. They didn't get very much activity.
Mm.
Oh. Hmm.
It was a slow day.
Yeah. The ghosts were not wanting to talk, were they?
Yeah.
Not the way Ghost Adventures. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
nobody's probably as disrespectful as they are. And sadly, they turned out to be that way.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
everybody knows.
Hmm.
in 1860 has been serving patrons for decades, but many come not only for the drinks, but for a paranormal experience. Bartenders and visitors alike have seen apparitions of a hulking man walking upstairs and hearing his
hulking
giant
man.
footsteps pacing the floor. No one knows who this may be, but some say he died there from some nefarious means. The former manager
No
of the
doubt.
bar can also be seen staring out of the top floor window, looking over his patrons and ensuring they're having a good time. And he seems a bit more friendly. However, there are some that report the sounds of a body being dragged across the floor above, but when the sound is followed, nothing's there. Makes you wonder what happened upstairs. And since it's one of the oldest buildings in the city that's been in continuous use, it's become a tourist hotspot and a historical site. Personally, I won't be stopping in for a drink anytime soon, no matter how good the cocktails are. And finally, number 1, the Alamo. While students are taught to remember the Alamo, they don't really teach about all of the spirits who can never forget. In the infamous battle, thousands of soldiers lost their lives, and many were dumped into mass graves, and others left to rot out in the sun. So it makes sense that you'd have some pissed off ghosts wandering the ground. There have been countless reports of soldier apparitions walking with
Yes,
weapons
that's
in
one way to
hand,
look at
taking
'em,
their
is pissed
usual
off.
patrol, and
Yeah.
even full platoons screaming and charging into battle. Even in the afterlife, they couldn't get away from war, and so they continue to fight their invisible enemy. There are also accounts of a small blonde-haired boy hiding in multiple places where the gift shop now stands, so make sure to pick up your haunted keychains. While the buildings are beautiful to look at and the area is interesting to explore, the history can leave one with a haunting feeling. And with all those spirits around, I'd be careful touring here, especially at night.
I would do it.
10, Bragg Road, Saratoga. The big
Oh, he
thick-
must be doing
It's too, yeah, it's a
this.
Yeah.
So what we can do is stop here,
Okay.
and we can go
Pick up
do
on
it.
there.
We can
Cool.
pick up on it on the next haunted.
Yeah, he's got some interesting places in there. More places I've heard of, clearly.
Yeah.
But again, they took us all. Like, even when I think back about it, they took us to the Alamo for field trips, and that was hours sitting on a bus. You know,
Oh
just to
yeah,
go
to
look
get there.
yeah,
Yeah.
just to get there and then get back. That's what I say. I couldn't imagine being a teacher those days. I'd feel like crap, man.
I mean,
You
how
know?
long did you get there once you got there with it? Took so long to get there.
We would leave really early, like when it was still dark, and then they
Yeah.
would drive for like 2.5 hours, 3 hours, whatever it took to get there. I can't think off the top of my head, but it was a
Yeah.
long time. And then we'd
Yeah.
hang out, do that. We'd go to the different things around there, go to lunch, and then they would drive us back. I just thought it was interesting they take us that far. Like looking at
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Maybe
think
it
I
was to
would.
take up the day.
Yeah.
Maybe
Just as anything not to have to do assignments.
right. Right.
know?
Take up the day. Yeah.
Yeah, I could imagine
Yeah.
being the bus driver. I'd be like, damn, it's that day of the year.
Yeah. Dang it.
Drive these big old buses.
Yeah.
Because they'd have even the buses with the like the toilets in them, so they didn't have to stop. It was-
Right. You talking about like the
yeah, like Greyhound type buses.
yeah.
Yeah.
The charter
Funny.
buses. is
Yeah,
what they
charter
call it.
buses. Yeah.
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 Zach has given a bad name to paranormal. He has.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did do a second time, but I don't remember about the activity. Oh, yeah. You want to go where? To the to Yorktown Hospital? Is that where you want to go, Running Grove? That's Jay the donkey. When I see him, I'm always asking him questions. I would be too. If I knew somebody that did that, I would be asking them questions all the time
Yorktown.
too. For sure I would. Yeah. Yeah, Yorktown.
Yeah, Yorktown. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting one.
Yeah, I would be asking questions too.
Yeah,
For sure. For sure I would be asking questions. Yeah.
I agree.
Yep, that was Jay. I don't know if y'all heard him, but him and I heard Duke too. Duke is his son, but Duke he brainays.
He what?
He brainays.
What is that?
When he's a mule, so he's supposed to sound like a mule, like a donkey does. So a mule sounds like a donkey when they bray.
Oh,
So
okay.
they don't neigh like a horse; they bray. And so donkeys and mules are supposed to bray,
yeah.
but Duke took like 2 years to even decide what he wanted to do. And when he does it, he starts off braying and then he ends up neighing.
That's cute.
And it's really short. He's like not loud and it's really short. And I'm like, dude, you're like 450 pounds and that is all you can do.
Doing the best I can do. Yeah.
My husband's like, that takes a lot of air. And I'm like, but Jay just bellows it out like nobody's business. I mean, my neighbor, but she's not really close to me, but I have 6 acres. So at the end of my 6 acres, there's like an old country road.
Yeah.
And if you turn down that old country road and go another like 40 acres back that way,
Yeah.
there's a house back there. You finally get to a house and it's back there. And he's told me before, I hear your donkey at 3:00 in the morning. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care if you hear my donkey at 3:00 in the morning.
Why do they do that in the middle of the night?
Well, donkeys really don't sleep in the middle of the night because they're protecting the herd that's in the pasture.
So I was wondering.
Yeah, so they nothing with Jay and Duke, nothing's gonna get my pasture. No raccoon, no possum, no coyote. They're not gonna get in there because he is mean. Duke is mean, and he will stomp you a hole in you.
Yeah, they are. They'll get you.
Yeah, so I don't worry. And so I'm interested to know what Sable's gonna do because she's a mule, and her birthday is in September. She will be a year old.
Oh, okay.
So we got to wait a little while longer to see what she's going to do.
Aw.
She's
babies.
Neigh or bray or neigh bray.
Do a little bit of both.
Whatever she decides to do.
Mix it up a bit.
Yeah, we'll see what she decides to do. It's going to be funny.
Well, that'll be fun. Yeah, that'll be fun to find out.
But yeah, I've never had any issues with any critters in my pasture.
That's good.
Not with the two. Not with the
them,
mule and the donkey that I have. Yeah.
That's
Don't
good.
have any.
Doing their job well.
Yeah, that's why a lot of farmers and cattlemen you'll see a donkey in with their horses and their cows. That's why.
Yeah.
And you'll see there are rehabilitation horses. So they're therapy horses for children with autism or children that need just any type of therapy. And we've got the only one in Northeast Louisiana. It's here. And they have the prettiest horses out there that are for therapy horses. And they have about 4 or 5 donkeys.
Yeah, they used to have that. They don't do it anymore, and I wish they did, but they used to come down here it was our old middle school. I guess it's still, my old middle school, it's still a middle school, I'm pretty sure. But like they would come there though, and they would bring the therapy horses. And Andrew loves it. Like he loves going on the horse. So, but I wish they still did it. Yeah, I don't do it no more.
Yeah, they're really neat. Those therapy horses are really neat. Yeah,
Andrew loves it though.
Yeah. What else he say? About a month ago to the cemetery, but I've gone to many places in Australia. You might have to come up and talk to me and Megan one night, Aussie. We have to get the time.
Yeah, that would
since she's down under.
Yeah.
Maybe
like 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. like our time would be probably, I don't know what time they're available. I know it's a time that they like to start getting up over there though.
Yeah, a time where she wouldn't have to worry about getting her, where it's not interfering with her getting her grandbabies is what I'm trying to say. Not should worry about it, but I know she might get her grandbabies like I do, so we'd have to don't want to interfere with that. So we have to think of a time. I would not want to be scratched. Now, see, that would bother me to get scratched. I mean, I would still go back. I would still go back, but that would bother me
a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people will get them in their sleep. Like I know a lot of people like during readings, they would wake up and have like bruises or scratches that they didn't go to sleep with. You know, when they have.
I've been tapped like on the shoulder and stuff, but and I don't know where those knocks was coming from, but they were clear. But they can go ahead and knock again if they want to. That way I know where they're coming from. Are you outside or are you inside? Knock, so I know. And that's why I said I'm gonna ask Megan. I told them. I said I'm gonna ask Megan and see if it's
Want somebody to hang this in the
if it
room.
is
Okay.
if it's Megan. I'm gonna see if it was her. If not, then
Yeah, I mean,
and
it
then
couldn't have been from my side because it was muted. So there's no
yeah.
way you would, even if I did it, you wouldn't have been able to hear it. You shouldn't have
Okay.
been able to hear it. Yeah.
Yeah. So then it had to have been some. It's
Something
2
from over
p.m.
there.
there now. Okay.
Yeah. What time
That's
is it now? 11. Yeah. So that sounds
yes,
about,
11 o'clock at night.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, just yeah, just drop in the comments or something what time of day it is for you,
Yeah.
and we'll see what time of the day it is for us, and then
Yeah.
maybe we can
Yeah.
work
Because
it.
some of the other people in chat too have like the haunted videos on their stuff. And so that'd be good. And they can talk about it because I know that's
Yeah.
stuff they've done too, like
Yeah.
directly and share
Yeah.
like their experience with it and
Yep.
stuff. So that'd be fun. Tara
Absolutely.
can always get up here and share her experience of running away from Gus and
Oh,
jumping through
you.
the windows,
That's
jumping through the
right.
windows at all the random places.
If she's not a scaredy cat.
Yeah. She won't want to, but I just, as much as she does it, she probably has tons of stories.
Mm-hmm. You have to take the dogs out so they'll stop bothering you. I get it.
Yeah.
You have pictures, Aussie? Oh wow, of your scratches?
Mm.
Mm.
I'll
It
be
wasn't
good
3, was it? Was it 3?
claws.
Was
3
it 3?
claw marks.
3 scratches? Oh
Probably.
no.
A big
Hopefully it
long
wasn't.
one.
Yeah, long ones. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
it usually is.
Yeah. That's why I asked her, was it 3?
Mm-hmm. To look at it.
So while we're waiting on Miss Aussie to say yes, it was 3 or no, I will say thank you to
Yes.
everyone. I appreciate y'all coming in, talking with
Yeah.
me and Megan, and hanging out and watching
Sorry.
Haunted Louisiana and Texas. And if y'all can think of anything you want us to do, we still have cryptids to go. We're going to do some more of those. We're not done. We got a lot. So we may
Yeah.
skip around and skip back and
Yeah.
come back and forth. So mix it
Yeah.
up a little bit. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be
I'm gonna
have
go
some
through some of
stories.
the channels that I watch too, like where they show like people who like basically living in apartments and stuff, some of the haunted stuff that goes on in
Yeah.
apartments. There's some cool ones I've seen like that too, where
Yeah.
there's one guy like, and it follows them. So it wasn't just the apartment, but they think that it happened, like the haunting happened from like a nanny who was sleeping on their couch. And so they
Gotcha.
said they would get up in the middle of the night and she would just be like staring at the door of the room kind of thing. And so they eventually asked her to like leave. And then after that, like all these random weird things started happening. Like they would get I think it was like maggots. Yeah, they'd get maggots that would just come out of nowhere in the apartment, or
Wow.
things would start banging on the window, but they were like on the like 30th floor because like where they were at, and stuff. And so
Mhm.
people would bang on the doors in the middle of the night, or the bedroom door. They would all start sleeping in the same bedroom because they were scared. And
Yeah.
they could like something would be turning the knob, and of course they'd open it, and nothing was. And they had cameras everywhere, like all over the place,
Yeah.
because it was happening. And so, and where they lived, it was like really frowned upon to believe in spiritual stuff. So they didn't know where to go for help because they were basically shunned because they believed it was
Yep.
something happening, but it was scaring the kids and stuff like that. And they would have that whole mimicking thing where it would call out in people's voices and stuff. Like water would get turned on, like a bunch of stuff, bunch of crazy
Yeah.
stuff. That one's a really good one. I'll
Oh,
have to remember
good.
where I
Yeah.
saw that at.
Yeah. I'm a scaredy cat and I do have stories. I won't remember them if I come up
They'll
there.
scare her in the moment. She's like, oh no, I don't remember.
No to put all my stuff together for you. Oh, okay,
Oh,
good.
great.
She only had 2 scratches. That's good.
Oh,
2 marks. That's good.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
this was fun to look at the different places and just I like the history of things. So
I
don't
do
know,
too.
I
I just didn't, I had said it was going to be haunted and it wasn't quite as haunted as I
yeah.
was hoping it would be, but it's still haunting in its own way because it's like whole cities are gone
Mm-hmm.
for, natural disasters, and then they're just like the cemeteries are just there, just like
Right.
people's relatives are just there, just
Yeah.
floating underwater and
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
in swamps and different things. So it's kind of sad like that.
Yeah. But it was interesting to look at.
It was interesting. I enjoyed it, but
Yeah, it was good.
yeah, I want everybody watching to enjoy it too. And
Oh yeah, I think
so I thought it was good, but
Yeah,
we will
everybody's very interesting. So
we will do some more stuff. I don't know what we're gonna do next time.
yeah,
We'll
we'll
have
look at
to
it.
we'll have to think about it and talk about it and see what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
But this was fun. I appreciate everybody. We're getting our record. We're at 3 hours and 38 minutes. So we're
yeah,
staying within our 3 to 4 hour time
yeah,
frame. We seem to be hitting it every time.
yeah. It seems to be like a sweet spot right now. Like no matter, that seems to be where we stop at, no matter what.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Now listen, if something grabbed me while I was swimming, I would not go back.
Andrew does that. Andrew
I
is in the
was
pool
so-
and he's bad about going under the water
yeah.
and grabbing people's feet and they freak the fuck out.
Yes.
It trips me out. Actually, I'm like, Andrew, don't do that because you scare people so bad. And he laughs. He's like, why? It's funny. I'm like, it's funny to me. I was like,
Yeah.
but other people don't think that's funny.
Yeah.
But people will be like talking and they're in the pool with somebody, and all of a sudden you hear someone screaming.
Yeah.
Andrew
It's
has to find
Andrew.
a-
I don't mind it in a pool, but if I'm in
Yeah.
the lake or something,
Yeah.
no, I don't want that.
I think it's just because they don't expect it, So it's
Yeah.
like for that one moment, they don't know where they are. All they know is they're in
Yeah.
water and something's got them by the leg.
Yeah. Oh my
It's
god.
great though. It's funny.
Yeah. That
But,
is freaky. Now
yeah.
I wouldn't get back in the water if that,
Yeah.
especially if I can't see what's in the water.
Mhm.
And I grew up like that. I mean, I grew up swimming in the lake.
Yeah.
We didn't. None of us around here really had pools because
Yeah.
one, there's not a whole lot of in-ground pools. There's a couple around here, but not that many. I
Yeah.
mainly grew up on the lake, so
Yeah.
it didn't bother me as a child. But man, if you
Yeah.
say, "Hey, Tammy, you want to get in the lake now?" I'd be like,
No, thank you. Yeah.
"I don't think so."
Yeah. I didn't like it much even as a kid, just because my uncle would take us into lakes that had like water moccasins and stuff because he was,
Yeah.
and whatever. And he's like, oh, it's fine. There's enough of us. I was like, I don't know if that makes a difference how
Yeah.
many of us there are.
Yeah.
Because have you ever seen Lonesome Dove? Like, I mean, it didn't matter in Lonesome Dove how many horses and things were going through that river.
Yeah.
They all, dude
Yeah.
died, So I was just
Yeah.
like, but no, my uncle's like, it's great, kids.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're
Dive in.
alive. We're all alive. So yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
good.
You won't hit a nest of water moccasins. Go ahead.
No. Yeah, take us to the deepest part of the lake.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was his guarantee. Take us to the deepest
Yeah.
part of the lake, and he was right there. I'm gonna wrestle it off of you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what my husband when he first came here with me. He's like, "What about gators? You got in the lake with gators?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"You know what? We didn't even think about the gators when we were growing up.
No, they don't.
We didn't. I mean, I'm sure they were there, but
Yeah.
we never had them bother us. I mean, there was never
A big
thing.
problem with it.
There was never a thing with it. So I
Yeah.
probably, if I'd have thought about it when I was young, I probably freaked out and never got back in the lake. But
Yeah.
you
Somebody
know,
did it to me once. We went and we were just swimming, and it was on the the border of the lakes, and then once we got out, they're like, oh, there was like crocodiles. I was like, no, and I really would have liked to know that because I probably wouldn't have been in there as much as I was in because we were splashes 4th of July.
yeah,
just,
yeah,
but then they took us real far and it was real deep, and I freaked out because we went past like a dead fish. I was like, please take me back. Like, I don't want to be this far out here. Like, I would drown. Like, if I fall
Yeah.
off of here, I would panic and I would drown. Please
Yeah.
take me back. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out now. Take
Yeah.
me back. Like, it makes
Yeah.
me freak out thinking about it. It's just
Yeah.
like, I
yeah.
feel
And if you watch Jaws, you'll never get back in the water again. So there's that.
no. Yeah, this
Yeah.
was it was like in Conroe or something. So it's a big body of water. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's too much for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
never
So
again.
no, I probably wouldn't get back in the lake now. No.
Yeah. I wouldn't either.
Swimming pool, I can see the bottom. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
I was 26 when that happened. That's what I'm saying. So I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Absolutely not. It was 4th of July and I was 26. So
Yeah. 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 Now it's different. We got
Yeah.
priorities now.
completely.
We got priorities. We got things we listen to now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, all right, everyone. Thank you for coming in. Thank you to
Yes.
all the mods. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting me and Megan, hanging out with us all weekend because
Yes.
we've been out here all weekend.
Yes.
We
it was fun.
appreciate you. Have a good week next week
Yes.
starting. My grandkids are out tomorrow for Easter Monday.
That was nice.
That's the thing. Yeah, I guess.
I wish we had it out, but that's because we're homeschooled. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well,
I'm hoping.
with Braden being sick, I'm kind of glad.
Yeah.
So he has another day to get over that stomach bug or whatever he has. Megan will
Oh,
be
yeah, yeah.
happy in a kiddie pool.
Yeah, I'm fine in those. I'm not
Yeah.
like I live on an island. I'm good. You know, you would think like how
Right.
you live on an island. I was born here. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have
Yeah.
any say in it, and I would love to get off at any point. You know, so but that
Yeah.
it's like it sucks you in though here. People don't usually leave. You
Yeah.
know, and they
Yeah.
put things here to like start again. You get your own doctor's offices and you know, and movie theaters and
And you
you
don't have to go nowhere.
there's no reason to leave. Yeah, there's no
Right.
reason to leave.
Right. Yeah. That's
So
what like Emerald Isle is in North Carolina. I mean, there's
yeah.
no they got everything there.
We
There's
have
no reason
everything
to.
here, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's absolutely really I mean, because people don't go shopping at shopping malls really that much anymore. That was the only reason to leave that I ever left for. So yeah, there's no reason anymore.
I hate shopping malls.
Yeah.
I'd
They'll probably
rather
close
I'd
soon.
rather shop on those places where I guess they're called boardwalks where all the
Yeah.
stores are facing
Yeah, yeah.
outside. I'd rather
They're
go.
cheaper too, so
Yeah, I'd rather go in one of those than
yeah.
an inside mall. To be
Yeah,
honest. Yeah. So,
me
all
too.
right, everyone. I appreciate it.
Yes,
I'm
thank
glad y'all are here. Thank you very much. We will do some all things haunted again. We'll see what we're gonna do. I think we might do a cryptid next. We might do like a
Yeah.
cryptid and then skip some and then do a cryptid
Okay.
and see. We might do that. We'll think about it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Sounds
Yes,
good.
and thank you so much everyone for being here for on
Yes.
Easter with us. It's truly
Yes,
was
thank you.
nice.
It was nice. So
Mhm.
I appreciate you, Megan. I love
Yes.
you.
I love you
And
too.
have a great day.
You too.
A
And I will
night.
talk to you yeah, and I will talk
A
to you
night.
tomorrow.
I will talk to you tomorrow. Talk to
All
you
right.
later.
Okay,
Bye.
love you.
Love
Bye.
you.
Bye,
Bye.
y'all. Love y'all too.
Bye.
Bye.